And fam, checking in on Smooth. Smooth, come on in, man. We're getting ready to get started. No, I'm still mad, but still. Niners! Still my boys. Unlike some Benedict Arnolds, I don't just turn coat because the team loses the ball game. But being angry is another story. We got a right to be pissed off about this one. Uncalled for loss. That's what I put across. It was totally uncalled for. 49ers waste brilliant performances from Purdy, Jennings, and blowing game to lowly Rams. And granted, they were stripped down, a lot of guys hurt. We were stripped down, a lot of guys hurt. So that makes it even, right? But there's no such thing as even between us and them friggin' Rams. What the hell did you do, 49ers? And when we consider Niners consider how many of the top offensive stars are out while watching Brock Purdy, fourth option receiver Jauan Jennings hold a clinic. I mean, I'm talking about the imitation of an all-pro. Damn, he was good. Versus the Rams. I know it's the Rams. So what? Jauan and Brock were just cooking, all right? Then it ends in a field goal. A field goal loss in the fourth. Really? So it's looking like one of those years. It really is, and I hate to say it. I don't want to jinx it. I'm just looking at the reality of it all. We didn't have, the preseason was all screwed up. And again, that's part of the 49ers' fault. Stop making these guys wait until the end of the season, of the preseason, to sign them. Let them get back into the locker room, get them back into the fold, let them get back into the system, and let's get ready. Chemistry has to be developed. All things that you need to do. Stop waiting until August and September to sign these people, 49ers, please. Not many of us have gotten over this embarrassing loss. The Rams that actually came from behind, fam. The Rams came from behind. What? WTF? They came from behind to steal what should have been an easy win. If that game should have ended up 31-17 max. It was. Look, if you look back at what happened, that should have been over. No, they got to come up. 49ers had to create ways for the Rams to win the game. Meanwhile, you got Rudy running, we're the greatest team of all time. See, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. I know, he's not worth taking seriously. But the thing is, it happened. And So to the phones we go to continue venting and designating blame about a ridiculous Niners loss to an even more ridiculous Rams Week 3 loss. So here we are, Week 4. Hargrave is likely out with the season, right? Got a torn tricep. Who didn't see that coming, right? Brock Purdy in his week 4, they hurt his back because the offensive line was like, oh, God, please don't hurt me. They were. Brock Purdy. When we consider the miles, Brock Purdy, that boy was on it. I made the mistake, and I went on Twitter, and I apologize for that, and I tried to get people to understand what I was saying. The only thing I was complaining about with Brock Purdy was I see him looking, it appears he's being careful rather than playing loose, and a little more carelessly last season. This season he's very careful, it seems. And I'm not mad at that, but I just say, last year's gunslinging Brock Purdy would have shot that ball off to Ayuk anyway. These are not the habits I want him to really get into. I just wanted him to recall that particular Brock Purdy for that play when Ayuk was running completely free behind that Rams sorry-ass coverage, which, by the way, is no worse than the 49ers coverage when you think about it. So Brock got hurt, and he's day-to-day. At least the MRI didn't say anything serious was wrong, other than just bent up by a lot of defensive linemen. And McKivitz and all you other guys on the offensive line, I hope you take note of your quarterback stretched out in pain because you couldn't do any better than you did. Okay? They had their hands on him all day long, throwing him into the dirt. Because even after the ball is gone, they're still knocking the bejesus out of him. That's because of you. You. Colton McKivitz, I tell you what, man, you're here on borrowed time. You need to pick it up. Let me, by the way, lay some praises on Mrs. Purdy's baby boy. Oh, completed 22 of 30 passes. And it should have been about 25 of 30 for 292 yards. Should have been well over 300 yards in this week. with a pass rating of 137.1. Good God. That boy is good. And added 10 rushes for 41 yards on the ground. Purdy's 3 passing touchdowns, giving him 4 this season, 48 on his career. People still said, Brock Purdy ain't nothing. Shut up. And it marked his 7th career game with 3 or more passing touchdowns, and the first since he threw 4 passing touchdowns versus the Cardinals in Arizona, Week 15 of the 2023 season. But he didn't stop there. And you folks are always like, oh, Brock Purdy, hey, man, he adds another accolade to his plenty already. Most games with a quarterback rating over 100 in his first 25 starts. But Dak Prescott's a better quarterback. By the way, this, as I say, the new accolade, Brock put him down on the list of Patrick Mahomes' 18 games starting in first 25. Brock Purdy's number 2, 16. Number 3 is Kurt Warner, 16. That number seems wrong. Brock was either second or third. No, he's second. They're tied. The listing gives Brock the nod. I think they put them both at 2, actually. It's both tied. But the thing is, Brock's in that class. So the next time you're talking to some jerk that knows little to nothing about football, so, oh man, Brock Purdy, just tell him to shut the hell up and show him the numbers and walk away. God. Niners had managed to blow a 2-score lead against the Rams. That's what we do. One of the things the Niners put on their list of goals this year was the finish. How many times have we seen the 49ers get out there and not finish? We've seen it a few times. They came up short again. You know what the margin was when the meltdown happened, right? Yeah, I talked about this last year. We all know about it. That 10-point jinx. As soon as you know what, fam? From now on, when you see a 10-point lead on any team we're playing, get scared. Get real scared. It's got to be 9 or 11 or anything else, but do not be 10. That seems to magically send something into the void that comes down on the 49ers and causes them to do weird things. That was pretty much the crux of the issue. In the 49ers 27-24 loss to the Rams. That was the 5th time the Niners had blown a double-digit fourth-quarter lead during Coach Kyle Shanahan's tenure. And that started back in 2017, right? All before this past Sunday, 2018, the Cardinals. Double-digit lead. Here come the Cardinals. 2019, the Chiefs in Super Bowl 49, 2020. 10 points. 10 points. From now on, I'm dropping to my knees. If we're playing a real important game, I'm just going to start praying. I'm going to beg and plead. Lord, please let him get 11. Let him get 13. Oh, don't let him stay at 10. If you do, we're going to lose this game. 2021 against the Hawks. And an MC title game against the friggin' Rams again. 10-point lead. Boom! Here come the Rams. Those unforgettable moments happened either against great opponents. 2019 Chiefs and the Rams are pretty good in 2021. They were both championship teams. Or when the Niners had bad quarterback play, they were playing backups in 2018 and 2020. That's why this one smells particularly bad, fam. You look at the wheels came off against a struggling Rams team, even with quarterback Brock Purdy was playing good. He was playing good ball. He's using his legs. He was dotting I's and crossing T's. People couldn't catch the ball. Ronnie Bell. Those two facts normally mean Niners are going to win the game. We've seen it too many times, right? The Niners defense and special teams coupled with a gimme last-minute drop from Ronnie Bell. That was bad enough to shift the odds to a stupid ending, right? At a team meeting Saturday, Shanahan told his guys that the path to victory over the Rams would be just to take their hope away. That's all we got to do. We did. First half of that game, the Rams couldn't do a damn thing with the 49ers. Couldn't. It was normal, everyday, routine, whoop the Rams. Had it. Momentum and everything. Instead, the Niners, after jumping to that 14-point lead behind 2 beautiful Purdy passes to Jauan Jauan was like Johnny Storm out there. You know, Marvel? Flame on! Oh my God! All game long, Jennings! He was making ridiculous catches. That one he pulled over, I had to put a picture. That one he pulled over that silly Rams head was that's my favorite of the year. The year's already short, but still, I don't see anything getting better than that. The Lions consistently infused LA with hope all game long. The Rams successfully faked a punt in the second quarter to enable a 16-play, 87-yard touchdown drive. The ending of the end was underway. We then watched in horror as LA edge rusher Byron Young, who is that, blew past Colton McKivitz, there's that man again, to strip Brock and kill an end-of-half chance to add even a field goal. That might have been it. That might have been enough. But maybe not. Because if you seriously need a field goal, I mean, I know I said a couple of weeks ago, look, fam, I'm not going to start on Jake Moody this year. I'm not going to say anything to him because he came through very many times. I will not get mad at him. I'm still not quite fully mad at him. But I do believe my nerves are still going to be shot if the game is on the line and we're depending on Jake to come out there and not miss it. I know, contradiction. You know, Jay Moody then missed a late 55-yard field goal. It was 55 yards. That's not a chippy. They could have put the game away before another special teams gaffe. That's another thing. Set up the Niners' defeat. That came when Rams wide out Xavier Smith returned a last-minute punt. 38 yards. Special teams. What is... Why? LA close to game-winning field goal range at that point. Throughout that comedy of errors, the table was being set for here comes Matt Stafford. With every shot, another big Rams game through the air against multiple defenders. We had all kind of guys out there. They couldn't do a damn thing about it. And that wasn't even their first-string wide receivers. The Rams smelled of fish and focused on victimizing Isaac Yiadom. Stafford threw at him over and over and over. And then, before Stafford hit little bitty Tutu Atwell, deep behind Mooney Ward. Mooney. You know what, though? Mooney's had a knee. He had a hamstring and a knee issue. I'm not real mad at him. Mooney, if he's feeling fine, he went out there because nobody else could. They could have put Darnold out there. They could have done any number of things, but Kyle has faith in Mooney. I know people got mad at Kyle. Well, he should have put him out there. Well, you know what? I don't know. Anyway, a 50-yard gain to set up the equalizing score. Shanahan said, quote, different guys, different coverages, no common denominator. That's all he said. He said that so bluntly and nasty. Stafford averaged 11 yards per attempt in the second half. Why did that happen? That is the most concerning part of this loss. The worst defensive performance are those with so many problems that it's impossible to pinpoint specifically one particular problem. Was it the frontline rush? Was it the secondary? Was it all of the above? Yeah! This outing coming on the heels of an ugly effort versus the Minnesota Vikings that saw the Niners allow conversions of 7 and 12 third downs, fell into that category. And that's how the 49ers wasted Purdy's stellar game and a career effort from Jennings, man. Ooh, I don't want to hear anything more about him sitting down. We got two guys, Kyle. Don't you sit them down for long periods of time. I don't care if CMC comes back. I do not care if Debo and anybody else comes back. You do not keep Jennings on the bench talking about he's a designated guy that I use for certain situations. Forget that. Let him play. Debo is not playing better than what I just saw this last weekend or anybody else just saw this last weekend. I know you pay Debo a lot more money. You can put him out there, but I'm saying don't leave Jennings out on the sidelines for indefinite periods of time, and then he comes in third down. He does it. Yes, he does it better than anybody in the league. But he can get in there and get some main stuff. Oh, 11 catches, 175 yards, 3 TDs. That have to be qualified as one of the greatest games in franchise history. In fact, the last 49ers receiver to eclipse 10 catches, 150 yards in a game while also hauling in 3 TDs was the legendary Jerry Rice. There's a company to be in. You gonna make him sit down, Kyle? Are you blaming his designated player? Greatest receiver of all time. 14 passes for Rice for 289 yards in a 1995 win over the Vikings. I'm done. You know, I can see right now. I can do this all night. I'm telling you right now. This is really Oh, God. That's why I didn't come in yesterday. If I did, I'd have been here right now from yesterday still. God, that pissed me off. I let things slide that need to be slid. And I learned to roll over with it, because it is the Niners. But I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be a pattern we have to endure for week after week after week? Let me stop. Let me let you get on the phone and let you do this because that's what I come here to do. I want you to be able to rely upon me to be able to get your vents out and the frustrations out and let us all share it. Group hug time. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, how you doing, man? I
Well,
go ahead.
I'm having a
Ooh,
beer.
good. That's what you do.
Just got home from work, and
Yeah,
yeah. So
man,
yeah, you know the story, Ronbo.
I do. I'm sick and tired of it. Three
You know
weeks
who
of it.
I'm going to blame.
2 weeks, I know. And I've got nothing to say about that. Go right ahead.
Because the reason I know there's people out there. Oh, you Shanahan haters. I don't hate the bloke. I just wish he would pull his finger out of his ass. Right? Robbo, all right, let me ask you a question. Start off with this. If you're running towards the ball, all right,
Yep.
can you jump higher when you're running towards the ball to contest it or when you're running backwards
Oh, you should be
and
running
trying
toward it.
to...
Yeah, if you're running toward it, right?
Okay.
Because if
Very
you,
simple, isn't it?
yeah,
All right? You don't have to be a brain surgeon to work that out. Okay, so you're going to get pumped deep. Why isn't there two high safeties out there with instructions to say, listen, you're already going to be facing the ball. When this dickhead launches the ball, when you see him throw the ball, you run towards the ball. You can make up a shitload of ground as soon as the quarterback releases that ball. But as far as pass interference goes, you're not going to get the pass interference because you're already running towards the ball. Your head is facing the ball. You're in the air with your hands up in the air. That dude can smash into you. It's like a charging foul in basketball, right? You're going to get the penalty.
that's right.
Why didn't they do that? If they know that the back end, Rombo, I think the fastest dude runs a 4.5 or something like that. You can research it yourself. The rest of them run 4.6, 4.7.
Yeah.
Right?
Is Jair the fastest guy back there? Yeah. No, I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Where's Darrell Luter Jr.? If they don't address that,
Scratched every week. I think
all
he's a
right,
healthy scratch, too.
yeah, he is a healthy scratch. There's another guy that's on the practice squad that's a lot bigger than Ronnie Bell, a lot faster than Ronnie Bell, but you know what? Shanahan likes to play his boyfriends. So if they don't address that, just that simple thing to nullify and put someone in the middle of the field, I don't care whether it's a linebacker or whatever, so that vision of the quarterback, he's got to throw across and risk getting an interception or whatever. So if they don't address that, guess what? The Patriots are going to go long on them again.
Oh,
And
every
they're
week.
going to run through the
Every
middle.
week. I remember their names. Luter, Jefferson, and the latest guy, Tutu Atwell. Every week, there's some guy that goes long, and he makes a reception. Oh,
I'm talking about the
Kendrick Bourne.
49ers, Ron. They're going to go long on the 49ers all season until they address that problem. And it's not going to be the secondary chasing some dude backwards. I want them there running forwards. But, that's just me. I think
No, it's
logically,
not just you. It's a lot of us, and I don't understand. That was the point of the too high safety. Supposedly, they're able to prevent that deep shot from happening. That's why the quarterback stats are down this year because most teams are playing that kind of defense. Not us. You can get plenty of yards playing against the 49ers. Throw that ball deep. You'll be fine. That's got to stop. Why didn't it stop?
Brock Purdy's hurt, Rombo. All right, and we need to do something about that revolving door on the right-hand side, okay? The other thing is we're already in a must-win game.
True.
because the Seahawks are 3-0.
Yep.
All right, they can afford to lose a game.
It's two.
We can't.
Nope.
Because we've got more short weeks coming up, all right? And I guarantee you are not winning the game against the Chiefs because we're playing the Chiefs when they're coming off a bye.
Ooh.
They're coming off a bye.
And they're better than we are this year anyway. So that's going to be a bloodbath.
All right?
Oh, I know.
So if we lose 2 or 3 more games like with that stupidity again, the season's over, mate.
I know.
It's done.
Because I don't want to go in as a wild card. I really don't.
But look on the bright side, Ronbo. All right?
The
this year
draft.
the Super Bowl's in New Orleans.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. Next year it's in Santa Clara. And all the 49ers team can get free tickets and sit up there in the stands in the booths and boxes and shit and watch the Super Bowl for free.
Well, there's a plus. Phil's got to be loving that.
Right. Well, let's dissect Mr. Shanahan. Who picks the defensive coordinators and all that shit? Shanahan.
Yep.
Who picks Cocaine Chris? Shanahan. Right? Who picks the players? Shanahan.
Yeah.
Who does everything? Who's got the last say?
Yeah.
Chokerhan. Yeah. All right? How did you put 14 points, and I've said it to you on the show before, how do you put 14 points on a team straight out, bang, bang, and then you just lose your way? Why don't you just keep playing variations of those snaps that you can do 4 different ways and put your goddamn foot to the floor and finish them off? Don't shit yourself like you did in the Super Bowl and 2 Super Bowls and now this one. Well, he's famous for that, Ronbo.
He's becoming well famous for that. And I just read them off, too. You can't have a lead. This was exception, 14-point lead. I made a mistake on that. Usually they're 10 points, and that's the death nail. 14 points is even worse. So there's no escape. It doesn't matter how many points. They'll get snatched.
You're winning 21-7.
Yeah.
Put your foot down. The best form of defense is attack. Keep doing what you're doing and make them pay. Make them cry. No.
And, Tony, usually the defense,
we don't do that.
We smell blood when we have a lead. We didn't smell any blood other than our own. Defense doesn't usually bend.
It doesn't like playing rookies. Look how many teams are playing rookies. The Commanders have got 20 UDFAs, man.
Oh, they have no choice.
Play rookie.
And they won.
You play your rookie, okay. Play him when it's garbage time, when you've got heaps of time. Put him on, all right? Don't give me this shit about the practice squad because no one's hitting you in the practice squad, all right? You need football data so you can sort out, okay, what their tendencies are, what they need to work on, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you do that by putting them on the field during garbage time, and therefore you'll get these kids coming around a lot faster than you will sitting them on the practice squad
for an entire year by themselves. I know. Yeah. Tony, we got to go. I'll be back Friday, and let's see. Cause we're trying to find some new players, I think. What they have to now. So, yeah.
Well, they're going to go for, what's his name?
DJ Jones?
Hassan Riddick.
Really?
I wish.
That would be nice, but Hassan's not leaving New York. No. The Jets are just he's either going to stay with us or he's not going to play. So, yeah.
Just quickly, Ronbo, if you're going to bring Hassan Riddick in, he hasn't played a snap for how long? So he's going to be the same as everybody else.
Yeah, I'm not. Hassan's not coming anyway. All right, Tony. I'll see you Friday.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah, I'll be delighted.
All right,
Yeah,
brother.
all right.
Shout out to Evan Ellis, Big Show, Papa Dragon, and that lovely bastard. 49 the pro.
Wait, but that's your new name. Have a great day, Tony.
And the rest of the crew, and I'll see you in the next one.
Cheers. All right, Tony.
Cheers, mate.
And 49 Brian, you lovely bee. 49ers are going to push for DJ Jones. That's why I read that. Really? Because I wish that would happen. Should have never let him go in the first place. Yeah, anybody can stop the run. You don't let them go. I don't care who they are, what they said or what they did. They don't leave. AAA, come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Well, not us. I mean, we're sitting back here with the rest of the trash around NFL and looking like we have no chance, you know. So, but if you went through the other day, because we had to keep it short, and we can't go all night either. But Triple H, anything you want to add to the misery? Because this is the day we got to get it all off our chest and try to get over this between now and Sunday.
Yeah, that was just a stupid loss.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw Ronnie Bell drop that ball,
Oh,
I said to myself, when Ronnie Bell dropped that ball,
that was the game, Ronnie. That was the game, Ronnie. God.
Yeah.
Oh.
like I felt like I was going to punch Ronnie Bell in the mouth.
I know. Did you? I physically want to hurt him. I felt the same way. I didn't say anything. I just want to get my hands on his neck. Why can't you catch the ball? You've been here for 3 years and you're still missing them gibbies. It wasn't even a difficult. It wasn't a difficult catch. He timed the leap right. Boom! Hit him in the hands.
Yeah, but you know what? I think was it last Thursday? Kyle said we may see some Jacob Collins, but we didn't. So,
well, you know what? But you know what he said about Jacob. Jacob's not ready for prime time, according to Kyle. He's getting there week by week. He's getting better. I wonder how bad does he look? He's getting there. He's not there. He missed the whole preseason, though. He needed his preseason. He's out with a hammy.
Maybe. In the preseason, he did look good to me.
I didn't see that. That was vanilla. He wasn't. It's probably scheme and some other things he's probably having problems grasping.
Yeah. And I know he got to be getting reps in practice. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why Kyle can measure. He says he's getting there. He ain't there yet, but he's getting there.
He could have put Chris Conley on the field.
Yeah, I'm struggling with that too. You know, I don't. Why couldn't Conley get more yards? You seen what? JJ was doing. Oh, he's a veteran. Conley's a veteran. You in these situations, use your veteran. You force Ronnie Bell to play. He wants him to make the team. If Ronnie makes that catch, Kyle feels like he could rely on him. But you run that test some other time. Not now, Kyle. Use the guy that you believe can make that play. It wasn't Ronnie. Fell right in the hands. He didn't have to stretch out. He didn't have to do anything but make the grab. Oh, no.
Yeah, and also, and I don't know if you noticed, but they didn't try to target Fred Warner, but they targeted on Devontae Campbell.
I know. Over and over and over.
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah. They seen they had a fish in Yidam, and Devondre ate his butt up. Ate him up. And D. Winters is hurt again, by the way, so he can't even come in. Oh, we need Dre back so bad.
Yeah, we really miss Dre Greenlaw. And you know what? Yeah, and I think they should put is it Renato Green?
Yeah, because it was between him and Yidam, I think, anyway. And Yidam beat him out because, Yidam's got the experience. He's got the time in the league. Yeah, he's getting the time in the league now. He's getting his butt handed to him on every other play. So, I'm ready to go Renardo Green, too. You ain't got nothing to lose, and Renardo Green can get polished up, and he may have more upside than Yidam. So, like Tony said, put that rookie out there. Tired of Yidam. They just played him like a fiddle.
And they were targeting at Yidam like a barbecue pit.
I mean, he couldn't do a thing about it, and Stafford knew it. The the Rams receivers knew it. Everybody ran. You can get something from Yidam. And they did. Every last flake on their team.
Yeah, and also, Ronbo, for the ones saying that Brock Purdy needs the adventure, well, guess what? He balled out. Without CMC, without Kittle, without Debo.
It was a joke a long time ago. They just don't like him because he's a sort of, how do you describe Brock? He looks like a wholesome, clean white kid that has never seen an ounce of trouble in his life anywhere at any time. And he gets on the team because the Boosters Club put him on it. I played with kids like that. Brock doesn't remind me of them. So, they look at him like he's soft, like he ain't got no street cred. I don't know what else he's got to do to make them shut the hell up. And they're going to keep doing it. And I'm still gonna, and maybe you're doing the same thing. I'm still going to fall into traps. I see those idiots putting things in social media about him. I usually try to bypass them. But 9 out of 10 times, you mother people, what the hell are you talking about? What do you? Yeah, I just let them have it. But you said it's a waste of time. Let Brock kick their butt. We don't need to defend him. Ugh.
And he balled out with an offensive line that,
sucking.
Kind of, yeah.
Trent ain't ready yet. And McKivitz never will be ready. We have Pooney and Banks, about your best two guys probably out there. Brindle, I don't know what to think about Brindle. Every now and then he's not bad. Every now and then he's just like, who is that guy? Is that our center? Oh.
And I think Colton McKivitz gave up like a total of 13 pressures through 3 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, I would have thought it was more, actually. So, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And let's be, and
real quick, because I didn't realize we're out of time.
Just one more thing.
Go ahead.
And I thought Isaac Randall looked better on Sunday.
He did. He really did. He gained some yards, too. Good.
So,
He'll be ready. Another 2 or 3 weeks. All right, man, I'll see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo.
Night, fam.
You too, Sam. Have a good night.
All right. And Rudy, unlike you, I'm not fat and out of shape, so don't worry about my blood pressure, okay? Worry about game 2 when we see your ass. Hey, Smooth.
Right here, baby boy.
Smooth, talk about this game, how ridiculous it was. God.
Oh, man. Well, I had to do my research after I got off. Remember that night I got off with you?
Yeah.
And I went back to look at the tape and everything, and now I'm pissed. Remember I wasn't mad
waited
at
to
first?
get pissed.
Now,
I was pissed off in the second half on.
But this is the part I'm pissed about. I'm pissed about Source, the defensive coordinator.
Oh,
if you go back and look at that tape on defense, why in the hell did he drop Bosa back in coverage?
Oh, I missed that. Is he? Are they starting that?
Look, if you go back, I was so damn mad. I forgot what damn I almost said an ending like it's baseball. I forgot what damn quarter was in. But I went back and looked at it. I said, "You got to be kidding me! They never did that when he was at Ohio State. You gonna drop him back in coverage?"
I thought Lynch said he didn't want to see that again. Remember the last time we saw that?
Dropped back.
Solomon Thomas did that, and we haven't done it since.
Who else he dropped?
Until you just noticed this
who else
week.
Did he drop back in coverage?
I didn't see that.
Back in coverage?
I'm gonna go back and look again. I wasn't paying no attention.
Griff down the right sideline, covering that wide receiver. Come on, man. He's not Greenlaw. He's a run stopper. That's why Green Bay, that's why they switched up their defensive scheme. They didn't need him. He mad talking about he won't get out of Green Bay because he can't cover. They won't cover linebackers. It's a copycat league. Rams, Green Bay, Washington, San Francisco. They're looking for that Fred Warner, man. They can't just drop back any linebacker. Fred Warner was a damn safety before he moved to linebacker when he came to the Lions when he got drafted out of BYU, man.
I know.
You can't do that.
Flanking Foles too. You know, we've got plenty of hybrid linebackers. There's no need for Nick to be dropping back in coverage. I can't believe I didn't see that.
Go back and look at it. I forgot what quarter it was in. I was going by looking at it while I was on hold until I got on with you, trying to stroll through it. But look at that, man. I know somebody in the chat saw that. Somebody had to. Everybody that's in this damn chat, I know somebody had to see that.
They probably did.
And it happened that one time. And got burnt.
Yeah. I was just seeing red so much I didn't even see what was going on half the time on the field.
I think Robbie was right about Shanahan when he's talking about him give people chances, to perform.
Yeah.
Because he have his favorite. Why would you leave Dale in the game? I hope he don't play him this coming week against New England. New England had the worst offensive line in the NFL. If we get beat by New England, oh, bro, you just
wait. Do they have a bad offensive line? You know what? This is going to be interesting because if the 49ers lay an egg against a bad offensive line, then we're in deep, deep trouble if we don't know it already.
Yeah, man. Look here, bro. All I can say, we lose against New England. Hey, bro.
It's all over but the shot.
Pull out your Bible, start praying, and hope we can make wild card because this is it. Even if the players do come back, that's on IR or PEP list and come back, it's gonna be too late.
Yeah,
there's no excuse.
They have to be 500 when those guys get back at minimum. I'm
tired of I'm tired of hearing people talk about players out. That's how come we lose. No. You get paid millions of damn dollars. Step up, play your position. You get paid, then get complacent, and look at IU. I'm telling you, like I told you the last time we had that conversation. I see it. Trent with his IVs and all that. Trent ain't never came out no damn game.
It's best to get an IV. What?
Man, look, bro, keep your fingers crossed. I'm not tripping. Because I already see the BS that's going on. I ain't tripping. Okay, it's gonna be like that again. All right. I'm not gonna get my blood pressure up. I'm not gonna do none of that. But come New England game, if IU still look the same, you remember when IU was wide open down the left side, wide open, when Purdy was scrambling before he started scrambling all the way around, he saw IU. Why he didn't go to IU?
Well, you know what?
You can't say he didn't see him. He see everything on the field.
Here's what happened with that.
He don't trust him.
No.
He don't trust him.
Ayuk was supposed to run a curl route. He didn't because the coverage broke down, and Ayuk just said he was smart. He did with the right thing. But Brock wasn't ready for that. Brock was already under siege and running around. He would have let it go. Brock ain't worried about letting that ball go. But he didn't see the coverage break down.
He could see the whole field.
Well, that too. But the thing is, if the offensive line would have allowed him to stay in that pocket, he probably would have saw Ayuk and he probably would have taken a shot because you need to see that safety. He's using a little more sense this year than he would have last year. Last year, gunslinger Brock Purdy throws that ball and it possibly gets picked. But now you can see he's doing things where he's thinking more. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but he is.
This, Ronbo, I don't want to disagree with you, but I'm telling you, I think it was the second quarter, third and seventh or something like that. I think the second. Brandon IU. I'm not talking about the curl that he did. I know what you're talking about now. I'm talking about soon the ball was snapped, that corner.
Yeah.
He was coming up. The corner was coming up, and the safety was right there. IU faked and went straight. He had him wide open before everybody started coming to Brock. He saw that. He saw that. He looked at him and didn't even go to him, and he scrambled around and took a 5 to 10 yard pass to Jennings. He's trusting Jennings more than Ayuk because he knows Ayuk is not Ayuk.
And yes, and that probably is a big
He's running the
factor, too.
wrong routes now. He's running the wrong routes. I'm telling you.
Why
he got too much
I'm not
pressure on him.
surprised. God, Brandon.
You remember when Shanahan, he was doing good, then he started messing up again. Shanahan put him in the doghouse. Remember that?
Yeah. Who can forget it? See, this is why.
He paid him too much.
Well, the thing is, paid him too late as well. If they'd have been in there,
Well, he should have did it early on.
And Brock would have been on the same page. Brock probably doesn't know. He doesn't know this guy anymore. And we're seeing that. And we won't see anybody improve until for another weeks. This is why Jennings is going to just get fat on these passes.
That's going to be his target come Sunday, I'm telling you.
And I like it myself, but I just wish it was a little deeper downfield and we got more points.
And one more thing before I let you go, because I know it's more.
Real quick, fam.
Before I let you, okay. The secondary is a copycat league. What did the Vikings do to us?
Disguise coverage is all game long.
Remember that vertical Jefferson did and came back and caught that deep pass? What did the Rams did? Treat you well.
Yeah.
Same thing as a copycat league. Our safeties run 4.6, 4.5 speed. They don't have the speed to keep up with 4.3 guys. Only the fastest cornerback we have on our list is the rookie, Green, 4.4. Everybody else is 4.5, 4.6. Straight up.
Yeah. And Lazard found out.
Great.
Jefferson, he was going to burn.
We got to make some big adjustments, man, before the game, and we have to do something before deadline draft, before the deadline. I'm telling you. And Sorsen may not be. He may not be our defense coordinator we need.
Mm-hmm. That's why we drafted Ricky Pearsall.
He may not be the one we need, bro.
Yeah, we need another wide receiver. Hey, fam, I'm gonna tell you what, Smooth. Always a pleasure hearing from you, fam. You sounded like you're feeling good too. I'll see you Friday.
I know my birthday tomorrow. Give me a shout out.
Oh no, we're gonna do more than that.
You remember me come back?
Well, yeah,
after my birthday Wednesday.
We already got
back Tuesday.
I know we already got way over time. Listen up. Let me do this real quick because we're out of time. Way out of time.
No, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do that. We got too many callers. Just say happy birthday.
Friday.
Smooth,
happy birthday, Smooth.
I'm
from
good.
now. I'm coming back Friday. I'm gonna do the song. I got you.
All right, I got you. God bless. All right, my family. I'm out.
Nice, Smooth. There he goes. Cool, Smooth. He sounds good, don't he? Boy, his health is getting better and better. Steven! Yeah, wish happy birthday to Smooth. There you go.
Man, you already know what I'm about to say, Ronbo.
Go on.
You already know how
get
bitter
all into
I am.
it. Yeah.
So, first of all, we got 3 players on that goddamn active roster on the first team that we overpaid, that are lackluster. And I say 3, and I'm going to go ahead and name those 3. Deebo Samuel, my favorite. Brandon Ayuk, my second favorite, tied for first. And Jauan Hargrave. Granted, now Jauan Hargrave is out with a season-ending triceps injury, which, we didn't expect. However, when we signed him for that deal, he had been lackluster. I mean, really, we thought he was going to benefit us over Hassan Reddick or Fletcher Cox when we picked him up from the Eagles defense.
He's playing better this year than last year, though. I mean, I got to be grateful for that. But he still ain't doing anything about the run.
Yeah, he's not doing a goddamn thing. And that's the shitty part, is because we had other talent that we could have picked up during that time period that would have done better for cheaper. Same thing with Brandon Ayuk. We didn't have to sign Brandon Ayuk. The only reason why we kept Brandon Ayuk was because he was a fan favorite. He wanted to be an SF. If it really came down to it, Ronbo, I think the Niners would have easily said, hey, you know what, we'll take Amari Cooper and then team him up with Jauan Jennings.
He vetoed that deal. See, now, the 49ers took his veto power away, wrote it up, and just called him up on the phone and told him what they did. I didn't want that at the time, and I'm not sure if I want it now, but I'm just saying, pertaining to your point, that's, they could have done that.
They had everything signed up, and Amari Cooper was like, hey, I'm fine with going to the Bay Area. Sure. He was absolutely okay with the idea of becoming a 49er.
Play with the Raiders.
I think a lot of people were okay with him becoming a 49er.
I was.
Imagine that.
I was kind of excited about that, actually.
I was too.
Yeah.
We have two veteran wide receivers that probably would have done better for marginally less. I mean, we signed Brandon Ayuk thinking that he was going to do great. I've always said it, and I will stand by what I said. He's only had one good season, and that was last season. Other seasons, he's been under 1,000, whatever, right?
Hasn't he had a couple? I thought he had a couple of 1,000-yard seasons already.
He only had 1,000, and that was last season. Everything else was 800, 600, but he's technically the worst in his draft class. One of the worst. And the fact that, and like I said before, I'm going to say it again, Ronbo, he's got a really bad attitude problem, and it kicked in this offseason, and a lot of people finally saw what we were talking about. Now we understand why he was in the doghouse from the very beginning. He talked a lot of shit. Yeah.
Okay. No, okay, but still, Brandon Ayuk needed to be in camp at the right time. He coming in all of a sudden. He's still having preseason. Him and Trent, while Trent's having to leave at the half for a drip. This is the thing that I can't understand. I said, I blame you for this, for dragging that process out so long. Cut it short. Either send up Brandon to Cleveland or the Patriots or something, and just get going.
Yeah.
We need to get to work here.
Yeah.
Stop with this crap with the contracts all the way into September.
Pablo, you already knew how I felt about all that. I had sent BA to the Steelers almost post haste. I had sent him to Cleveland. And if I heard Amari Cooper was on the table, his ass would have been a Brown from the start. I wouldn't even hesitate. I would have traded him. At that point, Ronbo, that late in the offseason, I would have traded his ass for a bag of chips. I wouldn't even wait any longer. I was like, you know what? You obviously want this kind of money. You only gave me one good season. Now you're talking nothing but shit about, how you're not getting paid and all that, and you're going on these podcasts, and your girl's talking all this mess, and you're letting it all get to your head. Nah, bro, you got to go. It was the same thing that would happen with, Juju. Juju ran his mouth with the Steelers, and they cut his ass almost immediately.
Juju's been looking for teams every year ever since. Who's he with now? Did he go to the Chiefs?
I don't know.
I saw him the other day.
He was with the Chiefs. I don't know if he was with the Chiefs. I think they cut him.
Some highlight. Juju can't find a place to stay anymore.
I really think, Ronbo, if he does bad in New England,
wait.
Niners got to make a decision.
Joseph Smiley, ain't nobody scared of you, man. Ain't nobody blocking your messages. You're hallucinating. Stop doing them drugs, Smiley. And I don't know what you're back for anyway, to get your butt beat. Go ahead. You're blocking anybody's messages. Everybody thinks we're afraid of you people. You got to be kidding me. Go ahead.
No, I mean, if BA does bad in New England this week, Ronbo, Niners got to make a decision, and a decision fast. Because we signed him for a stupid amount of money. I mean, I would start looking at probably trying to make amends with Amari Cooper, like, hey, we still want you. You want us?
Because Amari wants out of Cleveland. Because you know what? Deshaun Watson he's having real serious problems. So,
another case. He's busy cashing another case. So.
Oh, yeah, right.
And
I
now
just read that on my
now.
notifications yesterday. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why those
now
cases...
there's video proof.
Ooh, no.
But a fall from grace he had. Yeah, he's done.
I actually felt sorry for him in the beginning. I thought the Texans were setting him up because he wouldn't act right for the contract. So the Texas will ruin your whole life. And no, Deshaun really did that stuff. He did everything they said he did. Deshaun! Yep. Really? You did do that stuff. So you know what? And he can't get his game
only
back.
thing he was missing was baby oil. That's all he was missing. 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and he had been set.
No, don't go. Don't do the ditty. Listen, we got to go. I'll see you Friday. God, man. The world's just getting crazy about it. Especially in the NFL, God. All right, fam. Give my best to get Scarlett, Little Rome, and Mrs. Steven. I'll see you Friday. Hey, Michael. Michael's probably making cheese.
Hey, Rob, how's your night going, buddy? How's your night going, buddy?
It's sucking, Michael. You know how we lose, and it messes up your whole week. This is what's wrong with football. You get one game a week, and then you got to be pissed off and delighted for the next 5, 6, 7 days. And this is just one of those losses. It's really ridiculous.
But I did follow you on X. I just got the app. I just added you on X. It's under Michael Catanzaro. I just followed you. I followed you, and Steve Young added me on X.
All right. Yeah. What's
Yeah, you know what it was when he saw my name. He said, "Oh, hello, we got a that's my Greenwich boy." Yep. Yeah, and Nikita's gonna get it too. Yeah. But no, I was really
follow back as soon as I see
like
you.
I said. Now we just got to move on and face the Patriots. And I think this is where we're probably gonna manslaughter them. We're gonna be so pissed. We're gonna probably eat them alive. It's gonna be like a shark, not eating. All the fishes get away. Now we're getting mad. We're going after the Knicks. Yep. Oh yeah.
No.
I think we're gonna go crazy.
Michael, do you at some point? Okay, we'll go another couple of weeks. Is Chris Sorensen going to be able to do this job? He's got Staley over there with him.
I think
neither one of those guys can bring that defense into common sense.
I think both of the defensive coaches are going to be gone. I think by mid-season, these guys are going to be gone out. That's like you watch. If we start slipping, these guys are gone. They'll be on the hot seat, and Kyle will be like the next one if he doesn't behave. But it's those two defensive guys, I think, and maybe special teams. It depends on special team coach.
Kyle was in somebody's face. Was that the special teams coach on the sideline? Kyle left his post, and I saw him giving some coach giving the business. Was that the special teams coach, or who was that? Why be surprised by that play?
But don't be surprised if our defensive coach is going to be gone by mid-season. If we play like this kind of ball and we start losing games.
Yeah, but Mike, you can't. They won't switch in mid-season because what do? You're going to install a new program in the middle of the season?
That's why, you know what? We should have kept Wilkes. I think we should have stuck with the dude and see how we'd have done another year with him.
We deserve this.
I would have.
I agree because Wilkes, your secondary was not – because Wilkes was a good secondary coach. Do you notice that the secondary is getting their ass ate up? I thought they learned some things last year. My God.
I think we should have kept Wilkes another year and see. Compare. You don't just get rid of a guy after one Super Bowl loss. You move on. That's lame. Come on, Kyle. You'll be the next one to be thrown off the bus.
Because somebody's got to be held accountable.
Yeah, you'll be living with your daddy soon. Yeah, I know. And maybe ex-Patriots coach will come back. Maybe he'll coach the 49ers. Belichick.
You
never know.
You know who might be back? Robert Saleh might be back pretty soon. Because
how would you like to have Belichick?
Don't spam Renee, please.
How about having him at Belichick?
Yeah, well, Belichick's a lone ranger. He's a maverick. He doesn't want to be bothered by anybody else making decisions. He wants to be fully responsible for the package. I don't think Jed York will ever go along with that. Renee Lopez, please stop spamming, or else I'm going to have to give you some time out. Renee Lopez, we get it. When Shanahan loses ridiculous, the verbiage, Shanahan, we see it. Okay, once was enough. 2 times.
Yeah, we know it. We're all not special on the little bus. We all know what's going on. We're all not special. But no, like I said, and I was praying for the Falcons to beat the Chiefs. Like I said, they had a good game. I got to give Tony Roddick, hands up. They were trying to run the ball. They didn't want to pass it. They figured if they run it, they would have,
Yeah, well, the Falcons would beat us right now. They've got too many downfield receivers, and Kirk Cousins will find them. So, the league, it's early, Mike. We need to pump the brakes probably a little bit on the final conclusions, but still.
All do yoga classes. Meditate, do yoga. That's what the 49ers need to start doing.
Yeah.
Doing yoga, start doing meditate, And if, like you say, if CMC, we'll wait and see if he's out. Some people say he's out for the year. We'll see what happens.
I know, right?
Mason is the beast so far.
Because I wonder what that doctor told him in Germany. He went all the way over there for the doctor to say, well, it just needs rest.
Smoke some heavy stuff. I don't know. He's probably going to tell you, go see Big Show. Go back home and start the Big Show. Yeah, I hope he's okay. Don't think with his back, you got to be careful with your back. You got to think your back is like, everything. It's like if you pull your back, what's going to, you know what I mean?
You're not talking about Brock, are you?
Oh, no. Well, Brock, I'm worried about Brock.
We're talking about as far as back.
But
when you talk about, do we have a player that's a veteran with back?
CMC I'm worried about more. Because people say with his age.
It's his leg, though. I mean, I don't know how quickly that's going to heal.
Legs are like tires of a car. You can change a tire, but you can't change your feet. You can't take your leg apart and put another foot on. You know?
I know, right? Yeah, and you know how you do? You look at you go out, your driveway. You look at you can see those tires are slick. I'll go another week, and there you are. Boom, blowout. Oh God! If you can't put a penny in the tread, then change those tires. You know?
No, you can't. Oh yeah, we got to switch the best. Whatever happens, injuries come and go. Some teams get the worst of it. There's a lot of teams that get the worst, and I feel sorry for Jacksonville, Cincinnati, both 0-3. Cincinnati, I'm really shocked.
They do this before.
But,
they'll probably end up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl, they probably beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Well, they do a good job on them anyway. Yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, maybe we'll turn around.
See, because
49ers, we never know. We might have a hot streak. Maybe this is where we go 1-2.
We do.
We can be like those NASCARs. We go on fire and beat up all these teams, and we'll beat up to the Rams on December 12th, beat them, and get into the playoffs. Maybe we'll play hot.
I just don't want to go in back.
Maybe we'll start playing hot.
I don't want to go in weak. I want to go in really strong.
Yeah.
Mike, we're going to go.
Beat the Chiefs in Buffalo.
I'm going to look for you on Twitter and Nikita as well.
Yep. Yep. I added you, and then anybody else in the group chat that has Twitter, let me know. Ronbo, anybody else that's in this group, they can add me on Twitter, too.
I'll tag a few people if I can find them.
No. I don't know what their Twitter is yet. All right, have a good one. I'll talk to you Friday, Ronbo.
To Mike. Good night, fam. Pop, that Bama boom on the bass. See, because I'm feeling like, we can't. I'm going to stop kidding about the Chiefs.
What, dude?
The Chiefs rolling along. And, boy. Yeah. Hey, Pop, come on in, fam, and break it down. Because you do a good job at that.
Yeah, so after looking at the tape, I also had to take a good look at the roster.
Pop, you're distant. We can't. Pop, we're not getting you.
Yeah. After taking a look at the tape, I really want to take a good look at the roster and see what the pathway forward would be. And the pathway forward is not looking very good. So I know there are some people are putting this game on Brock Purdy. Unfortunately, in the NFL, that's fair. That's fair because when people are claiming that you're an elite quarterback or that you're top 3 this, top 2 that, or whatever, they expect those type of results. For example, I guess I always go back to the Troy Aikman example. And in the Troy Aikman example, during the course of the regular season, it was all about people couldn't stop Dallas's run game. And, Troy would probably average like maybe 1 or 2 touchdown passes. I think the most he had in a regular season in his career was like 26 or 27 touchdown passes. But then he gets to the better defenses in the playoffs, and now Troy's going for 4 touchdowns a game, 5 touchdowns a game, things like that. That's what I'm talking about. You go back in the day, and there was a big game between the Dolphins and the Patriots, and it was one of those games where it was just the defense couldn't stop nobody. Dan Marino had 7 touchdown passes. Bledsoe had 8 touchdown passes. So
Pop, we had a 14-point
I think
lead.
that's where some of that.
I'm struggling to see where you're going.
I'm not disputing any of that. Here's where I'm going with it. Based on what I see right now, the 49ers have serious deficiencies, and it's not the offense. It's the defense. So the defense is so bad right now that you're really looking at a situation where you need to be ringing the red alert, period. Because right now, they cannot set the edge, they can't stop the run up the middle, and they can't defend a deep pass. All those ingredients equals a lot of points.
And you haven't started on special teams yet.
Well, but you got to start there, because if you can't stop a team from scoring, that's numero uno. No one gets to the Super Bowl because of their stellar special teams. It's a part of the puzzle, but a great defense will get you there. And this defense has carried this team to the championship game many a time.
Yep.
And even they did well in the Super Bowl they just played.
Yeah. Oh, who holds the Chiefs to less than 20?
They did very well.
Was it 21? Oh, they did a great job. And who was the defensive coordinator? That's what's worrying me to death.
Well, I mean, right now you're looking at a situation where, and this is where it's not fair to put it on Purdy. He did have 4 drops in that game.
Oh,
and if he didn't have those drops, then he would have only had about three incompletions.
Yeah.
There's some criticism about Ayuk running free and Purdy not getting him the ball. He can't get him that ball. Purdy is not an arm thrower. He is a technician. He has to step into his throws and use proper technique to get the ball the longest distance. He cannot sit back there on his back foot and just flick it and it goes 60 yards. That's not his game.
Pop,
Okay?
but also, doesn't QB have to be concerned with where the safeties are? I mean, Brock made a decision on that. Last year, he would have done that. What you're talking about now, he would have threw it. But this year, he seems to be thinking
the
more.
problem is, no, he does. Yeah, if he would have threw it, it would have been intercepted because he doesn't have the arm to have Brandon Ayuk run under it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to throw a ball like that. You got to throw it 10 yards deeper than normal to get over the safety so he can run to it. It's kind of the same type of a pass play that Jimmy G missed in the Super Bowl. It's one of those plays. The ball's got to get out there.
Yeah, but
right?
remember Jimmy G threw the ball 10 yards past the receiver. So these are things that I just, with Brock and that.
Let me make my point.
Oh, go ahead.
You don't got to defend Brock. I'm not coming down on him. I'm just trying to get you to understand the concept right now is that the 49ers needed 31 points to win that game. And he couldn't get 31 points. And that's what you're looking at moving forward because this defense is not going to get better unless they make some serious moves. And part of those moves means doing things that Shanahan does not like to do, right? Like, for example, they need to try to trade for somebody like DJ Jones. I don't know if Denver wants to give him up, but I'd be giving him a phone call, okay? But we've never recovered for the terrible signing of Hargrave, who I told everyone it happened. He's a 65% per down player, and he's a pass rusher. He's not a run defender. DJ Jones is a far better run defender, a technician. Nothing came up the middle with DJ Jones, okay? Number two, they never recovered from the loss of Jimmy Ward, who was really a good tackler, and he was an all-purpose defensive back. Can play the nickel, can play safety, free safety, he had speed, things like that. And the only person that has speed on this team right now is not going to get a shot because he's a rookie. Okay? So if they really want to fix this and they want to get the defense faster, Mustafa has to go in at strong safety. And they need to move Green to the Jimmy Ward role where he plays free safety and he plays nickel on certain downs. They have no choice.
This will be a learning year for him. I agree.
Right. So that's what I'm seeing that's what the tape is showing me. I'm also seeing a defense that is unprepared and not playing together.
Yeah,
and they are sorely missing Dre Greenlaw. It's a problem when the inmates pick your coach. Players should not pick coaches. Coaches pick coaches.
That's a good point. It really is. Popularity.
Because Wilkes was probably yelling at him and giving him the business and shit like that, and Sorensen is just a stooge. Okay? He just is. So he's not going to get nobody's face. He's not going to fire these guys up on the sideline. We don't have that anymore. We don't have that person that fires people up on the sideline because Kyle can't do it. That's just not who he is.
Robert, man, please come on back.
Yeah.
Robert, you can come back because the Jets ain't going nowhere. Oh, my God.
Exactly. As far as offense goes, it's a foregone conclusion, man. McKivitz, he can't play right tackle in the NFL. He can't. Here's the problem with McKivitz. He plays good. Maybe he plays good like maybe 70% of the time, 75% of the time.
You're giving him.
And
you're being nice.
Brock Purdy can get it.
No.
Yeah, then Brock. Well, he does. Honestly, he does. But then Brock Purdy can buy time with his legs and he can shift and he can move. It's those and Brock does that probably about 20%. It's those 3 or 4% of the times that it becomes dangerous for Brock because Brock is not a big quarterback. He's a small quarterback. Yeah. Brock has big legs, but he's small in the chest. He's small in the shoulders. Okay, so he's already got popped and blew up once, and had to get elbow surgery. How long before that happens again? And he already has a sore back. So the concern overall is that you don't want a quarterback running around like he's doing all day long because eventually he's going to get cold clocked. And if he doesn't get cold clocked with someone chasing him down, it's going to be an interception, and someone's going to go after him when the ball gets picked. Okay? So they do have a lot of things to fix, but based on what I see right now, this is the worst defense that the 49ers have fielded as far as coaching and as far as player personnel.
Rated number 30
probably since
overall.
Yes, since Shanahan's first year. Exactly, number 30. Since Shanahan has been there. And they put money in certain spots, and they allow other players to walk. All the players that it cost them to get Hargrave, We have players who could set the edge. We have players who could defend the middle. We don't have those players nor that backup anymore. That means that the offense has to do more. Offense is going to have to average 30 points a game.
Yeah, well,
moving forward. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why you go back and you got to say, and you say to your quarterback, or you say to the great ones. The great ones know, right? Like, whoever it is, Tom Brady knows, okay, well, this is going to be a really tight game. I just don't turn the ball over, take care of it, all the ball out here. I just need 20 points to win. Or he'll be like, wait a second, we got to score 45 points today because these guys can't be stopped.
Pop,
that's where we're at.
At what point, though, if you're Brock Purdy, well, we've all got Ronnie Bell's back. Well, why do you guys have Ronnie Bell's back? Listen, you guys, listen. You don't have to be an asshole.
Go ahead.
But listen, we need to say things to people on this team on offense that are failing. That can you please help us out?
I'll tell you why.
I'll
tell you why. Because Brock Purdy is that dude. He is a good leader.
He is.
A good leader doesn't throw people under the bus. A good leader lifts people up.
I would talk
so
to
that he's exhibiting his natural gift of leadership. I understand, but that's his natural leadership, right? That's just who he is as a player. Now, do you want somebody like Jeff George or Aaron Rodgers? Is that what you want?
No,
because
not to that extreme.
Rodgers put
but I
just away from a hug.
I know. I don't mean for him to put the man on blast. I just mean go over and say, "Hey, Ronnie, man, hang in there, man, because I know you can do this." I need to do something to get him going.
He's done that.
I hope so.
If Brock Purdy did it, Brock Purdy did that on the sideline or in the locker room.
I know.
And he probably said, "Look, man, you got to pick up your game.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. I'm gonna have to come back to you again.
I'm gonna come back to you exactly.
Have to start catching these balls." Right, Bob. But it's the coach. It's the coach. The head coach should be like, not for long in this league.
Well,
I'm gonna have to make some. I'm gonna have to make some job decisions.
And because really, it's a players. But Pop, you play ball. It's always your teammates that fire you up. The coach says things that goes. It's like white noise. You go through. And I don't mean that in any way, but goes into one ear and out the other.
That's not always true.
And I just say, but when my teammate comes like, "Hey, Ronbo, man, you messing up, man. You know what? Because of you, we sitting up here looking like this." And
I disagree. I disagree. That's not always true. Sometimes coaches can win those extra 3 or 4 games is how they motivate the troops.
Well, no,
so when you're motivating your 300 soldiers like Leonidas, what I'm trying to say is that coaches that have that gift use it. Shanahan just doesn't have that gift. And then here's another gift that he doesn't have either. And he's in charge of player personnel.
Real quick.
It has been proven to us this year, okay, with Jordan Mason and with Jauan Jennings, he doesn't know personnel, okay? I'll give you my last example. I'm going to let you go. There's a little white boy, 5'9", special team player, okay? And all of a sudden, he was also on the practice squad. So he would be one of the receivers for the opposite team, and this defense could not stop him. One of the best defenses in the league could not stop this player. And they said, you know what? Our defense can't stop him. Let's see if the NFL can stop him. Let's start him. That person was Wes Welker.
You have
to know your talent and put the most talented people on the field. And Shanahan routinely doesn't do it. That's what did his father in, and that's what's doing him in right now. You've got to put your players in a position to win and got to put your best position players in a position to win. You cannot continue to start people who should not be starting in the NFL.
That's an excellent point, Pop. I mean, I ain't got no argument. Even 49 Brian might have to go along with that. Man, we got to go, though, and I'll see you Friday.
Yes, indeed. Please, big shout out to Big Show. I want to do Jalen, Tony, my boy Tony down under. Dre, Smooth. Man, Smooth. It's good to hear you, brother. Chill Pill Phil, Ellis, Sharon's mom, Evan, Allen, Jack, Maddie, the Dark One, Fish Sandwich, Frank, Emilio, and, of course, Donna and Tanisha, and my man, that red and gold bastard, Niners, Brian. My man.
Give up
the American wet dream. Let's go.
My best, pop, bam, boom, Mama Dragon. Pop, I'll see you Friday.
Yes, I will be there.
Well, that's nothing but love for 49 Brand. I love it. Black says, this is post-Super Bowl anger. Y'all still letting out. 3 weeks in, not one game fully healthy, no CMC, Kittle, Debo, Greenlaw, everybody chill it. Slacks, the only thing we're complaining about is as we watch what unfolds in front of our eyes, the Rams wanted that game way more than we did, it appeared. And they got it. And that's the kind of thing I don't like. If they would have went down fighting, honorably going down like a warrior, like a samurai, okay. But no, don't go out looking like that. Oh, Ronnie. Hey, Bill.
Okay. We lose Brock Purdy, the season's done.
What? If we lose,
And if we like Brock Purdy's done, there ain't no way we're going to get a good quarterback to come out the way the O-line is. And
hey, Bill, wait. I just want to say one thing about that, though. Because I sometimes wonder if Josh Dobson, if he was out there, but he's the kind of guy that can operate with people like McKivitz on the right side. I don't want to see that, but McKivitz is not going to be. It's unsafe. It's like living in a bad neighborhood where there's no police. It's just really scary. But go ahead.
You get your hopes up. It's not going to go down the way you think.
Well, probably not.
I really don't see them doing much this year. I'm at the point I've seen Hargraves out for the year. Purdy's probably most likely going to be out for the year.
No. He's back day to day. Bill, it was an MRI. Said no, it was negative. He's not serious. He's just aching.
Well, we don't need to have an injury because it's going to be a team like the Chiefs that will not hesitate on permanently injuring our quarterback and keeping him out for his whole career. Because they're not only going to want to go for 3 when they win their third, they're going to go for 4.
No. Burrows and company will stop him if we can't.
No, there ain't nobody can stop him, Ronbo. It's rigged, it's set, and it's set for the Chiefs. I'm telling you, the Chiefs are going to make it to their 3rd Super Bowl. I'm calling it, and you're going to note it down. This is the date. I called it. They're going to the Super Bowl. Now, who is going to meet them to be the victim of the refs? Our team won't make it to the Super Bowl the way they're playing. And I think they lost, and I don't think Kyle lost the locker room. I think they don't want to be like that. They're just like, okay, this is going to be enough. So, we need to get some better defensive players. And if we end up losing 2 games, which I don't see us beating the Patriots, I don't see us beating the Cardinals.
Bill, come on, man. Bill, you're giving up already?
In a row, unless Kyle cleans it up. I'm giving them a loss. Each time I give them a loss, they pull off a victory.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give them an easy loss. I'm going to give them a huge loss. A huge loss. I'm not even counting a W. And you call me crazy, call me what you want. But right now, the way the team's proven with Ayuk dropping the ball, Deebo Samuel being injured, Hill being injured, with
Hargrave injured, Greenlaw,
being
CMC,
gone, and the O-line not walking.
We got people out.
And nobody in the good defense is not being themselves. Bro, I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be good. It's going to be a bad year. And I really
We've seen this movie before, though. Bill, you know what I do? I do hang my hat on the fact that a lot of teams are. You look around the league, people are dropping like flies in the NFL. So even that team we just played, we screwed that up. It's like we should have scored 31. That would have been enough because they wouldn't have got as many.
We should have.
The 49ers have to stop clowning in certain areas where they should remain focused. The eye of the tiger is not there this year like it was last year. And I hate to say it, but it's because the 49ers went to a peak and didn't come down with the gold. So, and now I'm wondering, what are they thinking? I was worried about this because I see a lot of half-stepping. Damn it.
They got no heart this year. They got no heart. They got no will. They got no want to win. They got no desire.
Well, yeah, because you look at teams that have been ass cheeks for years. I'm looking at the Saints, and Tony, this is no offense. I mean, the Falcons haven't been playing like butt because they've been out of personnel. I have respect for the Falcons. Look at the Falcons. Look at the Vikings. Look at all these teams that have been struggling to be relevant, and all of a sudden they're just kicking butt, And meanwhile, Dallas, Philly's not doing too bad. And then there's us. The Rams suck, but they always do. The Hawks are trying to get back on the horse. I mean, it's really funny, how things come full circle. Well, we're in the middle of the circle now. We got to find out which way we want to go here.
Cowboys aren't going to do nothing. They're going to be out of the playoffs. So chalk that one up.
But yeah, the Cowboys got some systemic problems anyway.
Two more wins for the rest of the season. So I see us only winning 3 games this year.
Bill, oh.
I'm
But you know what the Cardinals?
Last week, what they showed on Sunday, and what they showed me is they're 3 and 14 now team, and they don't have heart. They haven't found themselves. So if I'm not going to get on, I'm going to give them a score prediction because in case I'm not on,
it's too early.
59 points, and the Patriots 49.
How many points are we scoring?
7.
49-7? Okay. Put Bill down for 49-7 Patriots.
The Patriots 49 points. Prove me wrong.
You know what? The game is going to be too short for the Patriots to score 49 points. It's the only reason why they're not going to be able to do it, though. Oh, God. We'll be fine eventually. Because you know what? One thing I do know, the 49ers, after they get their ass kicked enough, they tend to come fighting out like a badger that's been cornered. So I'm going to wait.
You know what, Ronbo? I'm praying if they're not going to get their act together, it might save the season. I'm praying they put 70 points up on the 49ers so that they can wake up.
Bill, we gotta go. Hey, Bill, I'll see you Friday. We got some time. And I'm not going to hold you responsible for 49-7. We'll wait and let you think about it. And I'll see you Friday.
Get a shout out.
For Bill.
Get your act together, man. Later.
Later, Bill. He gets very emotional. Very emotional. Well, get in this show.
Wow. So I get back from Europe, and this is what I have to come home to.
So you just now got back?
I got back on the 17th, actually, or the 8th. Yeah, the 17th. I'm refreshed and full of fish and chips. And
oh, you went to the UK, did you?
Oh, definitely. I went to London. Yes. I went to one of the oldest pubs there in the city. It was founded in 1520. Charles Dickens used to frequent there. Frank Sinatra used to frequent there, and a bunch of pirates and thieves and heathens used to frequent that pub too. It was interesting, and it was a very historic pub, honestly.
I know, I've seen it.
I was really impressed with it.
It's a dark setting and everything. It's really quaint, and at the same time,
it was very quaint. In one of the oldest parts of London, Ronbo, it's like literally sits right on the river. It's called the Prospect of Whitby, the pub that I went to, and it was amazing.
It's like
full of history and
lights are off. You look for Jack
takes
the
your
Ripper
breath away.
Around. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, or Jack Sparrow, or whatever, But anyways, wow. We lost to their B and C team, Ronbo.
I know.
What in the WTF?
That's what I said.
That should raise a lot of red flags. That means all 3 faces of our football team is something severely wrong with us.
Well, now the offense, I don't know, the offense is probably
No, you
not
can't
bad.
blame it just on one side of the ball, man.
Saying,
like, it's all 3 faces. Special teams was trash.
Well, I need Ronnie Bell to sit down. But after that,
And I'm sorry, I disagree with Papa Dragon. Speaking of Ronnie Bell, you know what Tom Brady does to his receivers if they make him look bad?
No, I've seen it.
He chews them a new asshole.
Right on the sideline.
That's what a leader does, Ronbo. They don't praise them and say, "Oh, you did a good job. We got your back, man. We know you dropped 7 passes."
That style doesn't fit everybody.
Get out of here.
But I can't see Brock cussing somebody out on the sideline like Tom Brady does. And maybe take him in the locker room and get into it with him a little bit, but don't get mad. It's just not his style. It's not going to work for him.
No, and I am sorry, but if Brandon Ayuk continues to play like this before the trade deadline, I am trading his ass away for a defensive tackle that we desperately need right now. Because if people think we're going to get away without Javon Hargraves not being there, they're sorely mistaken, man.
Wait.
And I'm
At least
sorry,
in week
DJ Jones
6?
is a no-go for DJ Jones is a no-go for me because Ronbo, when he was here, he could barely stay on the field.
Yeah, he did get hurt a lot. That's true.
He got hurt a lot, and that's why we got rid of him.
Well, we didn't want to pay him any more than we were paying him. And if he'd have stayed for that same money, I mean, it
health
might have been
was
a different
also a huge factor and a point as to why we got rid of him.
Yeah.
He could not stay on the field.
No, he could not.
And
So.
that's our Achilles heel is health. I warned everybody before the season even started, like, that's going to be the downfall of us. And unfortunately, that's what's happening. And if CMC has to go all the way to Europe, to Germany, to see a specialist
It's
about
serious, huh?
That's alarming too. Why don't they just come and admit to us that he's going to be on the IR for the rest of the year? Why are they holding it back?
Well,
He's not going to be the same when he comes back from his Achilles injury. If you think he's going to replicate a season last year, bullshit. Screw that, man. Don't pussyfoot around the issue. Like, just tell us, be upfront with us. I'm tired of this shit, man.
Okay, if they take that, how are you going to feel? You're going to give up, right? Because
it's pretty much over right now as far as I'm concerned. George Kittle's banged up. Deebo Samuel's always banged up. You know, Robo, when we pay our stars money, have you ever noticed their shine dims? They don't play like stars anymore. Where's Nick Bosa been? Why are we paying him $220 million a year, fully guaranteed? He's been disappearing in the playoffs. Where's he been? I don't want to hear, he's double teamed. You're supposed to be getting around those double teams.
Yeah.
We're paying you $120 million guaranteed to get around those double teams.
Also, the biggest, if you talk about signings, the biggest signing of the year, what happened to Leonard Floyd? We
spent $60 million on defense in the offseason this year. Where have they been? This has been the most grossly mismanaged financial situation I have seen in my entire lifetime. We look like Enron right now. Like before the collapse.
Terrible. That's just a nasty comparison. You know what, though? I have a feeling, and I think we should wait a couple of more weeks. The 49ers they've been here. We've seen this before.
No, man.
I think they'll come out.
It's a different feeling, man. It is a truly different feeling. Brandon Ayuk said he's a Ferrari right now in the preseason, which he pulled all of us through hell, Bravo.
Yeah.
He pulled all of us through hell. And we got turned off by him so quick. A lot of us did, and still are turned up by him. He said he's a Ferrari. Right now, Rombo, he's looking like a cash for clunker 1991 Honda Civic with 3 missing rims and antenna you have to put in the hole and hold down the highway to get even reception on the radio with no air conditioning.
Yeah, windows roll down.
This is what happens when you overpay your players. Like, they don't play like they do anymore.
Well,
like, they're not stars anymore.
Yeah.
They're
in a tailspin, no doubt about it. I don't know that we should make final judgments just yet.
And it's been that way since we paid Deebo. Where the hell has Deebo been?
Well,
he's been off the field taking a vacation again. Every year. Same with Trent Williams. Always hurt.
Ooh, if he's at home with that mac and cheese.
What the hell, man? Like, when are we going to start realizing that this plan that we pay these players, all this money, doesn't work?
What are you going to do?
It does not work.
No, so what would you have them to do, though? I mean, you let these guys go and then look like the Panthers?
Take a page out of Bill Belichick, Ronbo. You know what he did when his players asked for money and they did all these diva attitudes?
Tell him to go look around and see if they could get a better deal.
Showed him the door. He showed him the door, Ronbo. He had no problem replacing them.
But they kept a nucleus.
And they kept winning Super Bowls that way.
Okay.
What have we done? What have we won? We haven't won shit.
Brady, some of those guys never went anywhere, and they kept a pretty good offensive lineman pretty much all the time, except for that 1 year.
That the Patriots are going to be a cakewalk.
I don't.
Jacoby Brissett's not a turnover machine. They have a really good defense. They have Christian Gonzalez in their backfield. Their defensive line's okay.
Their offensive line
just because you can't name any players on their defense doesn't mean you take them for granted. You can't name anybody else on the Chiefs defense besides Chris Jones and McDuffie. That's about it. They're still good.
Well, Shell, listen, save some of it, and I mean, we need to hear it.
If Brandon Ayuk plays like this before the trade deadline, get him out of here for a defensive tackle. That's what we need more than him.
Yeah, but now nobody's going to take that contract now, especially if he's not playing well. Okay, that's.
Actually, if you look at his contract, he's only taken He's only taking like 5-point-something million this year, 7 million the next
Yeah,
year.
but
I
the
think
rest
they
of
would.
it kicks in next year. Nobody's going to
If
trade
you
that
could trade Jared Goff away, Ronbo, you can trade Brandon Ayuk away.
You got to do it like they did, though. You got to pay Jared Goff's salary. The 49ers are going to do that, Joe. You're stuck with him this year.
Oh, they better. If they want a defensive tackle that badly, they would. I have no doubt they would. In exchange for Brandon Ayuk and a draft pick. This is pathetic, man. This is going to be. This has been the theme ever since Kyle and John have been here. Injuries, losses. Like, what is it going to take for? How many licks is it going to take to the center to get to people finally realize that this regime isn't working?
Well, I guess
it's becoming tiresome, man.
I know.
It truly is. Like,
at least we know one
it's
thing.
pathetic almost.
It can't get any worse. It has to get. It can only go up now.
So
we'll see.
The thing that's going to get I don't even want to go there.
Please.
Good night. All right. Shout out to everyone. Shout out. Take care.
All right, you too, Show. Oh, hell no. Are you serious? Rudy, you know what? And we're not going to give Rudy a lot of time. Rudy, what is it?
Ronbo, how you doing? I did a social media
here's the thing I want to know.
for you. I was wondering if you were okay.
Okay, no, I'm fine, Rudy. I'm like you. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm in pretty good
but
shape.
I want to say something
and
real
I
quick,
don't have
Ronbo.
any issues. And
Just
I'm
so
also,
I've told you
I don't go through this often like you do, so I'm not used to it. Okay, but still, I'll be
Oh,
fine.
you're used to it, Ronbo. But hold on, before I get to my points, I want to just tell you this, and I told you this before, and all the sad souls in your chat. I'm not in your chat. That's an imposter. You guys are arguing with somebody that's not me. And Ronbo, I appreciate it if you block that person because it's not me. So I haven't been in your chat in months. And so just so you know, whenever for some reason YouTube allows an avatar to be impostered in the same title. So everyone that's arguing with they think it's me, it's not me. So the joke's on you. But I just wanted to just bring that up. But I remember I told you that Trent Williams needed to have 2 IVs because these young boys were coming. Yeah. And you saw the fifth, you saw Verse, you saw Byron Young. You saw now props to Jennings having a great game. Props. I'm clapping right now in my mind because, Darius Williams wasn't there. Johnny Johnson, the safety, wasn't there. Devarius White, who's coming off of 2 major surgeries, trying to get back, was out there guarding Ayuk and blanketed him. But props to Jennings having a world-class season. I hope he goes has a season like Ayuk did, so that way now you guys got to pay him. You'll lose somebody else. So the young Rams are coming. And this is we had 2 young offensive linemen, a rookie at center in Bo Lemmer, and Logan Bruss, a third-year player.
Rudy,
and where was Bosa? Has anyone seen Bosa?
You won because of mistakes. Now, when you steamroll the 49ers, then you can come and talk as if you had something to talk about.
Well, that's coming December 3rd, Ronbo. We're going for our 3rd straight victory over Santa Clara.
Well, just hope that
remember that.
You better hope we're still injured. That's the only way you're getting out of that. Rudy, your team is not better. It's not. I mean, think about it for a minute. How many Pro Bowlers you got on that team?
Okay. Ronbo, okay, so listen to me.
Answer my question. Man for man, why do you think the Rams are better?
Okay, man for man. Let's see. Let's look at the wide receivers. Kupp, Puka, when they're healthy. I'll give you guys Kittle, but Higbee, I don't even know if he's going to come back this year with that low ball hit him
I've seen enough from Jennings.
Kyron Williams matches CMC. Who knows if CMC is going to come back? I hope he does. Our offensive line is way better than your offensive line.
He's a one-dimensional running back. He's not CMC. And by the way,
we haven't even unleashed Blake Corum yet.
Well, good. Really, unleash him. But you know what? I mean, when you talk about receivers, Brandon Ayuk is clowning right now, but you don't have a better receiver.
Let me ask you, Ronbo. Have you ever seen CMC?
And Jauan Jennings can play with anybody you got out there. So don't tell me about that.
Jauan Jennings is really good. I like him. I like Jauan Jennings.
Well, then talk about that and stop talking about a great receiver.
He's a good player. But, Ronbo, I want to tell you this. Have you ever seen CMC do a flip somersault? He basically Supermaned the Niners defense in the end zone. That was an amazing play. That Kyrie Williams, don't sleep on that kid, man.
I didn't say it was bad, but I'm not going to say he's better than CMC.
Well, he's one of the top running backs in the NFL.
No, that's fine, but he still ain't
not
better.
There, he's the best running back
he
in
played
the
last
NFC.
year, right? He played last year, did he not?
Yeah, and he was right on.
He didn't win offensive player of the year. Why didn't he win offensive player of the year?
because he missed 5 games and he was like 400 yards off of CMC's pace. And he averaged more yards per game than CMC
You know what?
did.
He doesn't
and
mean
he's
nearly
younger.
he means not nearly as much of the Rams' offense as CMC does. CMC does a multiple. His diversity, it puts shade over your boy. Okay.
One
That's
thing I
just
want
not-
to tell you too, Rumble, is Sunday was season ticket bobblehead McVay a night. They were giving out McVay bobbleheads, and there was some Niners. Our Rams season ticket
I
holders
saw your
in the long
stupid
line
post.
getting
The Niners
McVay
were just clamoring to
bobbleheads.
get a bobblehead.
They did. I was there, and I took a selfie with the Bang Bang Escalator crew. If you go on Twitter, you can see my picture with the escalator in the background, and they're going home sad. It was a beautiful day, Ronbo. It was wonderful.
They weren't
the power
sad.
of McVay bobblehead
Rudy,
was at work.
Don't misunderstand with your 15 or 20 fans out there. It was embarrassing, Rudy. To be honest, most 49er fans were embarrassed. You found a couple of guys that apparently you thought were just jumping for, we love Sean McVay. We're 49er fans, but we love Sean McVay. Rudy, you're so delusional.
Rumble,
this
they
thing
want
that
to
you're
be
making
LA
up right
fans
now
so
is
bad.
comical.
They got a CMC jersey and a Dodger hat on. They want to be LA fans so bad. I mean, but they already picked their team, you know. Honestly,
they picked a better team.
They're going to turn ship if Kyle Shanahan. I mean, is he on the rerun plan for 10 years trying to win a Super Bowl?
Good. I hope they do. If they're really Rams fans, then please go. I mean, I hope they do. And good luck to all of you.
But anyway, props to you, Ronbo. I want to just say, hang in there, man. Don't worry. We'll take care of Kansas City. The NFL fans deserve
and we'll
Mahomes
take care
versus
of you.
Stafford in the Super Bowl.
We'll take care of you when we're not worried, and that'll be fine. It's not a problem, really. Trust me. Thank you. All right. On your way, Rudy. I will get rid of this other Rudy. It gives me great pleasure to do so anyway. So, yeah, thank you for letting me know. Is he gone?
Don't worry, we'll take care of Kansas City.
Yeah, I doubt that very seriously. Yeah. When you guys get that good, let me know, because it ain't right now. All right. Night, Rudy. Oh, and when you see that fake Rudy, let him out. Okay. Hey, yo. Hey, good night, Rudy. Be him.
Ronbo.
That very seriously.
Be him. Come on in, fam. We got some feedback going on there.
How about it now, Ronbo? How about it now, Ronbo?
Yeah, that's much better. I can hear you now. Yeah. Come on in, fam.
Hey, man. Hey, man, to that clown-ass dude you just had on there, man.
You know, they don't be him. He's had 2 or 3 opportunities since 2017 to do that. Rudy he lives in a world that even Disney could not create. He really thinks his team is the greatest team on. He thinks he's still in St. Louis with the greatest team on turf. I mean, the dude kills me.
The only reason they got a Super Bowl, Ronbo, they paid for a team, number 1. And number 2, they did not play the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Number 1.
So outside of all of that, they're
What is he talking about? I know, right?
Yeah, man. He's delusional.
We'll take care of the Chiefs.
Back to our business,
Smoking
Ronbo. We're going to keep the main thing, you feel me? I'm
Mm.
still back on it, Ronbo. We got to get rid of Jake Moody, man. We can go find anybody else. Yeah, because honestly, Ronbo, if you make the field goal, we having a whole different conversation right now.
I know.
You make the field goal and you make the extra point in the Super Bowl, we're having a whole different conversation. Everything is a different outlook.
We're always making that critical mistake, though, fam. This is what kills me. If it ain't Jake, it's somebody else. But there's always that one mistake.
I would rather it be somebody else than it be the damn field goal kicker.
Yeah, I agree. Because I hate depending on him.
It's just obvious. My thing is, you're gonna need him. There's no choice. If you missing an extra point, that's a problem. When you missing 40 and 50-yard field goals, that's a problem. How in the hell can you go get a guy out of the USFL and he is, I think, like 93% on field goal kicks, and he is a pressure kicker? The Lions, hell, even went and got a guy at the USFL. They happy with this. I mean, we got to, it's time to let him go. Him
Them two fuck boys we got from Michigan, we need to get them up out of here. Jake Moody and Ronnie Bell, we need to holler at them.
And stop taking these guys out of universities. You know what, BM? If it was me, I'd say, BM, let's go to Mexico, man. I'm gonna tell you what. I want you to watch these kids playing soccer, and watch how that foot control, how that body control. I'd grab 3 or 4 and bring back to San Francisco and say, guys want to play the NFL? Let's go. I mean, you know what? And don't worry about it. You're not gonna get cheated on the money either. You guys show me what you do it, and you got a job. Because these guys coming out of universities are glorified. They got more praise than they should be getting. I mean, you know.
I'm gonna tell you what though, Ronbo, and I keep it 1,000. It's a blessing in disguise, for real. You feel me? Because we see what our problem is, and we recognize the problem. We need to address the problem. I don't want to be one of these teams, kind of like the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sitting here watching Jalen Hurts throw bingo after bingo, and then at the end of the game you escape, and everybody feels like, oh, we done.
Bad.
Yeah. You know, because winning masks up a lot of deficiencies. You feel me? So my thing is, I'm glad that we see our deficiencies. I hate that it's costing us games, but in the wake of it's costing us games, let's correct the deficiencies and let's go out there where it won't cost us game in the future. Feel what I'm saying? I know what's costing us game, and I know it's a problem. Let's correct the problem. Like I say, when it comes to secondary, I think if the old boys start communicating in the secondary, we'll be all right.
Yeah, because Talanoa used to run that. Him and what's his name? You could see them communicating all game long. They never look helter-skelter and confused like they do now. Getting burnt the same way every week the same way. How come? You guys haven't figured that out yet?
I heard a guy say something about Jimmy Ward earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do know, because I've talked to Jimmy Ward personally.
Really?
He did not want to play nickel. He just wanted to play safety, period.
That's his natural position.
Kyle Shanahan, exactly. Kyle Shanahan wanted to make him the highest paid nickel player, but not the highest paid safety. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Two different price ranges.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he went and left and went and explored free agents, and that's why he down there in Houston, you know, because they paid him what he wanted. Now, I don't know. I just think that they need to communicate a little bit better. Hey, the jury is still out on this guy, Chris Sorensen, or whatever the hell his name is. I'm not believing it.
Jury's definitely still out because he's got to do better. They got to do better.
And like the one guy came in early and said, if he got Nick Bosa dropping in the coverage, he definitely.
Oh no! I can't believe Kyle put up with that, and John Lynch either. I thought that was a no-no.
You do know that Robert Saleh done that once before.
And they made him quit when he had. I remember he had Solomon T drop back in coverage.
He did.
What the?
He had Solomon T
and
dropping back in defensive coverage.
Right. And what did Lynch say? Lynch said he doesn't want to see his defensive tackles going back in coverage anymore. I remember Lynch was not happy with that, and that never happened again.
Well.
So he needs to come out and tell Sorensen, look, I don't want to see Nick Bosa ever dropping back in coverage.
I didn't see it. I'm going to go back and rewatch it
I broke down in tears.
To see when it was. But, hey, man, I'm still saying as bad as everybody want to point the finger at Kyle or want to point the finger at Chris Sorensen.
You're still
point the finger at,
you're still too low. Can we?
I'm sorry.
That's perfect. All right, go ahead.
My bad. I say as bad as people want to point the finger at Kyle, the defensive coordinator, at the end of the day, if the damn field goal kicker do his job, we won't be worried about anything else. I'm tired of this field goal. I'm tired of worrying about a game where I got to wonder if it's left up to the field goal kicker, is we gonna win.
So, I
would hate for Kyle Shanahan legacy him and John Lynch's legacy to come down to, hey, man, they had some good teams that just couldn't get it done because of a bad field goal kicker.
Like the Bills. The Bills were such badasses every year. You saw them coming back to the Super Bowl and couldn't get it done. Oh, my God, no.
And I'm going to tell you this right here. I'm going to tell you this before I have to get out of here, Ronbo. It's just like anything else. They know that they can't come get Kyle Shanahan from us. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we're not worried about anything on the offensive side. Our problem is before Purdy made his emergence, everybody said, oh, the 49ers run off the defense. So the only way you can really hurt the 49ers is you got to start pulling the defensive coordinators. And really, ever since they pulled Robert Saleh, we got bailed out with DeMeco Ryan. But the only way they can really hurt us is they're going to, every time, just watch. If we have another good defensive coordinator, they're going to want to come in and somebody want to hire him as a coach. And that's going to always keep us in a hole because they're not getting an offensive mind out of Kyle Shanahan. So the only way you're going to hurt the 49ers, you're going to have to take their defense.
Take the defensive coordinators. But wait a minute, Beham, you know who's over Nolans? And all of a sudden the Saints look like they're playing good football? That's Kubiak.
Yeah.
He's over there running that offense.
Kubiak.
He looks just like us. I see.
Who looks
how
just like
many
us.
teams are running Kyle Shanahan's system? It was effective.
You got the Rams running it. You got the
Saints.
Rams, the Packers.
Yeah, especially
the Saints. Somebody. There's a couple of other
the
teams.
Lions.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
The Lions.
Yeah. And now it looks like the Vikings are trying to run our offense too.
The Vikings are running a replica of our offense.
And the Falcons run a scheme better than we do. Every time I look at the Falcons running that ball, I say, you know what? This is like, oh, you guys. Kyle, you need to change your stuff up because everybody's doing you. Now, you got to come around it. Man, we could talk about this for a long time. We got to go, though, fam. Be careful out there, B-Ham.
Yeah,
I'm going to look for you Friday.
We got to go. We got to go, and the goddamn field goal kicker absolutely need to be lined up in front of a firing squad and shot upon at done. Good night, Ronbo.
Bam. Be careful out there. I want to hear from you Friday. All right.
Yes, sir.
Night, fam. You know, I feel him on that, but you know, I'm only just this mad at Jake Moody because the only reason I'm pissed off at Jake Moody is because he does a good job usually, but when the pressure's really on, do you feel your heart start to beat really fast? You know, when Robbie come out there, run out on the field, do the leg kick a couple times, run up there, and I don't care. If the game's on the line in a very pressure-packed situation, that ball's going between the uprights. He rarely, I'm trying to think, Robbie might miss once or twice a year, but it would be in a game where it was one we could have won, but we didn't need it. But let him get into a pressure-packed game. Robbie's not missing that. Jake, I want him to be able to do that. I want to feel that confidence with him. And it's got one of the founding members of TNT, Trez.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, Ronbo.
Yeah.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, man.
Hey, look here. Yeah, I was just talking to my son. Ronbo, where do we start, Ronbo? Let's start.
I know, right? There's any number of pages. You can start in the middle of the book, the front of the book. Monologue.
When will Kyle stop with the BS, man? Like, how many years we got to put up with him and his shenanigans, man? Like, I'm about sick of it. You sick of it? Because I'm sick of it. Well, I'm talking about, when I say shenanigans, I'm talking about not playing the talent, bro. Not playing the talent.
A lot of people have a problem with that, and I'm not sure. I don't think that's ever going to change. And Trez, I don't put so much weight on that as I do some other things that I wish he would change, but that's one thing. Yeah, he's got to trust people. Trust the kids.
Is the message old now for Kyle Shanahan? Because, you know, the message get old in the locker room from a coach at a certain period of time, they don't listen no more. It's over. And it's time, you start having to say, well, I think he done lost the locker room. I think it's time to move on.
But Trez, one question
where
on
you
that.
at with that?
Just one question. With these guys are veterans, do you think they reflect upon themselves when things are going south, or do you actually think that they do shoot that dagger towards Shanahan? I wonder about that, though, because I know Trent Williams knows it's his fault for a lot of things.
For the ones that hold Shanahan in high respect, his crew, who they are. Kittle and company, Jews, McCaffrey, Kittle, and the rest of them.
That's the nucleus, right? So I'm saying, I don't know.
Yeah, the boys.
And the youngsters know better. They know they got a lot to prove. I will argue that I doubt that, really, that they're losing the locker room.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and continue the point.
Then after losing the locker room, okay, losing the fans also. What do you think we at with
back and forth? Trez, when have you been consistent? I'm never consistent. I'm mad as hell at the 49ers right now. Next week and 2 weeks after, if they win 3 in a row, I'm back on the wagon. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we can be taken seriously.
Okay. So here's my point though. Everybody say, well, if we move on with Kyle Shanahan, who we gonna hire? Who would you hire, Ronbo?
I'm the one who asked that question all the time. Who you gonna bring in? Because I don't know. I don't feel like being mad at him. Just because like right now, I'm wondering about losing.
You don't have nobody you like right now?
There's nobody out there that I think. Belichick, no. Belichick has to run the whole operation by himself, or else he's not coming.
No, we don't want nobody like that. I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Let me tell you who I like. That I have a lot of respect for.
Okay.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Say what?
Cliff Kingsbury.
That's what I thought you said.
He offensive coordinator over there. He offensive coordinator right now over there with Washington. I've always had respect for him. You know why? Because he used to come in Levi's wearing them shades and kick Kyle Shanahan's ass from one end of that field to the other end with that little munchkin. and to see him orchestrate the offense like he did in that Bengals game with that young quarterback, Ronbo. Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury. I've always had respect for him. I thought he always had a dynamic offense. The way he called the game. He called the game similar to Kyle, but the difference in the two is that he don't come with the drama. He don't come with the arrogancy. He don't come with none of that. Yeah, if you're a talent and you good, he gonna play you.
But Cliff Kingsbury,
you see what I'm saying?
But I do remember, Kyler didn't have any respect for him. Kyler talked to him like he was his son. I mean, how'd that happen?
Well, you got to understand that, Ronbo. Cliff Kingsbury had the talent that Kyle was had. But when he did have the talent, he made a run. Yeah. He made a run.
He's all right.
So, people can say what they want him. People can say what they want him, but, the numbers don't lie. He did make a run when he had that talent. So, I'm just saying, for me, I like Kingsbury. I do. And, everybody can sit there and love Kyle to death, and he can't do no wrong, bro.
Okay,
but at a point in time, everybody can be replaced. And everybody can be replaced.
But fam,
I think right now it's falling on deaf ears.
I believe you can do better than Cliff, though.
Ronbo, Cliff is not bad.
Okay.
He's not. Trust me. He's not. Look at his record. Go look at what he's doing with this young boy right now at Washington. Come on, Ronbo.
I might give Cliff a job. I'm not going to put him in charge of the whole operation.
Okay, but Ronbo, come on now. Come on. If you had this talent, Ronbo, you could coach this team better than Kyle Shanahan. Come on now. Because you know why? You're going to play your talent. And you're going to draft a whole lot better than he's drafting.
Well, yeah, no, I do agree with Ricky Pearsall would not have come to mind in this past year's draft. But I haven't seen Ricky play yet. And after that takes place, which is going to take place in the next couple of weeks or so, I might have to get on the wagon with why they drafted him. So some things are still out. Well, the juries can't come back in yet. Fam, I don't know. I need to see a little more time. This is a year of transition for the 49ers, actually.
All right, and we got to get the secondary fix, Ronbo.
Badly.
Hey, hey, I don't know what Sorensen doing with. Do we need to replace? But like I repeat, you sit here and made the defense coordinator last year scapegoat, and you brought in two people, and they're looking worse than he did.
And Staley's supposed to know what he's doing.
I think they just didn't give him a chance.
Yeah, and especially after 1 year, I got to come in and learn your program. I couldn't do my own. And
Right.
I think he pissed Kyle off in the Super Bowl.
but Ronbo, who's to say that he didn't call the right defense? Because Kyle ran down there to call a timeout.
Yeah.
You don't know what could have transpired. We really don't.
I really don't. And
they could have made a play. He could have been in the right defense.
Yeah.
So hey, we'll see. It's just food for thought, Ronbo. TNT in the building. I just want to put something out there. Everybody, they want to hate on Kingsbury, say he's a bum. He's not. He's not. Because I bet you if you go and look at that Washington game last night versus the Bengals and see what he did with that young quarterback, man, Kingsbury was on fire last night, man. He was dialing up. He was dialing it up on that offense.
I agree.
They never blinked.
He's not looked that good all season. So, yeah, you got a good point. So, all right.
They never blinked.
Oh, Trez,
But hey, Ronbo, look.
I like you being different.
I've talked to everybody I can talk to, so Show should be making his return.
The show did already.
And,
we talked to him a little while ago.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He was mad as hell.
And Trey should be making his return.
All right. Good.
TNT going to be back in the building. I'm going to hold it down to everybody make
good. Good. You guys do bring it. It's always entertainment. All right.
But, yeah. How we going, Ronbo?
You too, Trez. And don't make me wait. I'll be back Friday.
Food for thought.
All right.
All right. I'm going to be here. Food for thought, Ronbo. We got, I think Kyle if Kyle don't get it done, what you think? If we don't go to the Super Bowl, we don't make the playoff, what are we going to say? He gets a pass because we were injured?
He did before.
That's what we're going to do again? We're going to run that back?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how Jets feel in the States. Last time he gave that.
After excuse.
He gave that out.
Yeah, it's going to be excuse after excuse. When is it going to become insanity at that point? You know what I mean? When is it going to become that?
In the football, NFL, not for long. It could be. I don't know. I wonder how Jets feeling right now. But anyway, all right, fam. Trez, I always appreciate your
take care, Ronbo. Shout out to protection. Shout out to you, Ronbo. We love you. Have a good one.
Love you back, fam. Good night, Trez.
Good night.
All right, here we go. More comedy relief. The real Rudy shows up, and now Mr. What It Do, and that fabulous dog. And Marketing Pro. Mr. Pro.
Hey, yo, Ronbo, what it do, play out.
I Marketing Pro, it's one thing about losing, because we didn't have these conversations. I'm not talking about you specifically, but 49er fans, we're not used to this. And it's become something I don't want to get used to, but I do see some bumps in the road, some detours to be taken that could be uncomfortable as we rattle it up and down in the seat as the car is rolling up. So Marketing Pro, whatever you go say right now, I'm not going to be bothered. It's not gonna, whatever you Rudy was terrible. At least you make sense to some degree. Go ahead.
All the football universe and all the disciples of football chill. It's just week 3, knuckleheads. Week 3. Now, I just saw that Rams game, and I predicted it Friday, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With a flick of the wrist, Stafford can end it. And second half, 11 yards of pass. The 49ers, give your defensive coordinator a little time. It takes time for a new guy to get it settled in. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
So, and then, hey, Ronbo, I got a suggestion. Why don't the 49ers trade for the Jets pass rusher that's holding out?
No. Reddick's an issue. And that guy's a problem. I don't know why did the Eagles get rid of him?
He wanted more money.
Yeah, I worry about getting players that are going to fight till the death over their contracts, because Ayuk did that, and look what we got going now. We got a team that's not ready to play. You know, Nick was like up all the way till opening night getting his contract done, and he hasn't looked like Nick since. He's had a couple of moments, but for the most part, Nick is just okay. I've seen him play better. Fred Warner.
Well, Nick's going to have some
bad
problems now that Hargrave is out. They're going to double team him. He's not going to see.
He was getting double teamed regardless. That is a
you
good
guys
point.
going to. I mean, 49ers going to have to make a move on the. I mean, because your secondary is very vulnerable. I mean, Tutu, this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How many?
And then
how's Tutu been doing before this last week?
Well, McVay finally realized he's got to make him. See, McVay made a desperate move, you know, because the games before he didn't really get a lot of dial-up calls. He was not like a top option on the pass attack. But this week, you saw Tutu point at Stafford. He goes, "See, I can do it. I'm that guy."
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
So that amplifies my pain even more, because Tutu has not been specifically the guy in LA for the first 2 or 3 weeks. Am I right? Until this third week.
He was more of a decoy.
Yeah.
But
see, and now he comes into these stars against the 49ers. That catch he made across the middle of the field, and that one downfield.
Spectacular.
Now
that one that bomb he caught, that 55-yarder, that was spectacular. So I know he won McVay's trust. So he's going to get dialed up. And then the other thing, we got Jordan Winnington, who I shouted out. He made some noise. He did some yak work, you know. But the 49ers, like, when is Ricky Pearsall going to actually play? Because from what I hear, he's ready to go. But
he's about 2 weeks away. I don't know. The doctors
let's see how he does. Maybe he can open up the pass attack. Maybe he can, switch it up for you guys.
I don't know that we need people to catch the damn ball. The pass attack is fine. Brock was well over. His pace was for 30-some points, how he was doing. We have issues on the defensive line. We score 14, we give up 21. That's a formula for failure every time. So I don't know that the offense is really struggling as much as the defense is. And normally the 49ers defense has been their bread and butter, so it's got to change, because we're not built for this kind of we score and y'all score every time. That ends up being a tennis match. At the end of the game, whoever gets the last serve wins.
See, when I saw that game, the Rams caught up with the 49ers in that second quarter. Something happened.
Too easily.
And then they started Stafford was carving them up. It was just easy work. And he was averaging 11 yards a pass. So who gets the blame for that? Is it really Kyle calling the defensive coordinator shots? Because I'm hearing a bunch of stuff. Or was it this new guy?
Sorensen's calling the defense. Him or Staley, one or the other. Kyle's not calling the defense. That's why he's over there getting in their face every few minutes. Yeah. Staley and Sorensen and the personnel need to get together and spend some extra time together, watching film or doing something. Because like you just mentioned earlier, and I hadn't thought about that, is a defense, they don't even know each other that well. I thought Sorensen did, and that's why Kyle picked him out anyway, because he's been around the team for at least 3 seasons, I think. So he knows what we do, and nobody's getting it done. The 49ers are out there running on their own. Fred Warner's running the defense for the most part. That's not his job. Fred Warner's playing. He can't tell people behind him what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, well, the other guy with Warner's not that good. What's his name? The guy that's playing with him.
The guy we got from the Packers, Devondre Campbell.
We took him to the woods, man.
Yeah,
we're going after him.
Boy, he ain't no Dre Greenlaw. My God.
Well, I'm hearing good news about Drake. He's doing, they're saying his recovery is going quite well. So it's most likely if you guys make the playoffs.
Yeah, he'd be ready about then, but he ain't ready now, I don't think. Tyler said there's no timetable on his return.
And then CMC, he went to Germany, and he's going to get some kind of stem cell. So that's good news for you guys because.
Wait. That's what he went to Germany for? Are you serious? Where'd you get that?
Yeah, for that Achilles. It's ailing and it's not healing.
No, did you say stem cell surgery?
They're going to give him some kind of injection. It's like some kind of treatment they do what they were saying was there was going to be some kind of stem cell stuff. So, from what I heard, a lot of people that did that procedure, it fixed it really quick. So maybe you might see this cat in November. You know what I'm saying? Because you need him, and most definitely Purdy needs him. Most definitely.
Yeah. No,
he's missing him out there.
It's sort of like is built around his movement.
He's your number one weapon.
Yeah.
I remember when he put that hat trick on us, and I still believe he should have joined us. You know what I'm saying? He should have joined the Rams.
Of course. Not only you. Who else was in the mix for trying to get CMC? Everybody wants CMC is a special player, so,
Well, Kyle got back at McVay because Kyle offered 3 second-round picks for Stafford. We came back with 3 first. So we did the second-round thing this time, and then Kyle came back with the first-round pick.
Yeah, because Kyle actually had to be talked in to bringing in CMC. Now you couldn't pry CMC away from Kyle's cold, dead hands. He needs him back, and he needs him back now. So, anyway, all right.
It's early. Give it another 4 weeks. All right, the knuckleheads in the chat just going crazy. Leave Ronbo alone. And Big Show shout out. You finally showed up. I heard this cat on 95.7. He was on there.
Big Show?
But
was he?
Yeah, he was. He was ranting on there.
The show's mad as hell. Anyway, hey, all right, we'll be back Friday. All right, we'll see you then.
Cheers, Flair. Shout out to the Rams Nation and Sean the Genius McVay, Bill Walsh reincarnated. You know what I'm saying?
Get out. Get out. And where's that dog? Bring it. Don't make sure he doesn't miss next time. All right. Good night, Marketing Pro.
Get your ass out of here, player.
You got to bring in
the
49
bastard is here. The bastard.
Yes. Marketing Pro and Papa Dragon's favorite dude. Come on in, fam.
Hey, when does Papa Dragon take over as coach for us, Ronbo? Is that coming up soon? I'm all for it.
We you know how we go through this. When we lose ball games, we're not used to that, Brian. So we start saying things that later on we wish we could take back. So
And I see that little termite Big Show finally crawled out of the woodwork there, and but did you notice he didn't quite explain himself, saying that he was wrong about Brandon Ayuk. He just went after him. Grammatically right now, as
because he wants him traded
sucking right now.
Yeah,
he wants him traded. Yeah, I think half the 49er fans want him traded right now. So, Big Show, you're a little late to the party.
Reactions we have to stop doing, though, Brian. Other people are watching us from other teams. That's why they call us the 40-winers. We are living in prosperity all the time for the past few years. And if a few minutes, Mom can't go to the store and get groceries, we need to relax. Are we overreacting, Brian? We might be.
No, we're not wearing paper bags yet like Lamb's Nation. We're not doing that, And I don't know if those Lambs, they just don't admit that. Even the announcers calling the game, they couldn't believe all the red in that stadium, Ronbo. It was unbelievable.
He never... Rudy, why did you talk about that, Rudy?
Rudy, why did you talk about that?
Yeah.
Hey, I can't believe you had that fat wannabe Danny Trejo on tonight. That was crazy. That was nuts.
You know how I do. Anybody wants to call in and talk trash, I'm ready to go. Because, Rudy
ready to blow.
Rudy didn't have anything special to say,
Hey, Ronbo, I got a good Rudy story for you, though.
All right.
So he likes to do little videos here and there of him parading around the pregame and all that, walking through like the stands where all the food is, because that's where usually
that's where he
half
stays.
The time. Yeah,
I saw the one he posted up the one where he's posting up his face looking at the crowd of all that red coming out of the stadium, which is embarrassing. If I'm him, I'm embarrassed. And how many red jerseys going down there? And then 49 fans out there going after the bobblehead. They wanted it more than I did. Oh God.
Yeah, and he's walking around with all these Rams fans, and they don't even know who he is, Ronbo. They're like, who's this guy? I mean, Mr. 1.7 subs isn't even famous in his own stadium, but he goes around and talks shit. And he was talking shit to gangs of 49ers. I was just waiting for him to get, man-painted. But no one wanted to smell like patchouli tackling that guy. So, you know how it is.
I don't know. Really, he wants his team to be so much better, but they've got no past, and their future is shaky at best. I mean, Matt Stafford.
And they've got an aging quarterback.
Yeah, how many more years is Stafford going to play? You know, and he's
maybe 2. I'll give him 2 years, okay?
Oh, been productive. That's about it.
They're not talking about this, but Matt Stafford is more injured than a Brock Purdy right now. Matt Stafford's walking around like he's about ready just to go down every time. I've seen it. He gets hit low so many times, he can't take many more hits, Ronbo.
No, I've
it's
seen him
coming.
I've seen that limp when he gets up.
We're going to see porn star Jimmy here real soon. You know it's happening.
And you know how Jimmy is. He'll be out there 2 or 3 weeks and finally get hit, and he'll be taken out. And then
and Kyle better change the game plan for the next Rams because Jimmy's going to give him even more intel for that game.
Yeah, you know what?
That's coming.
I'm telling you right now, that had impact because they were ready for that run game a little too well. They were like, nobody this year has been in the backfield as soon as JP got the ball. I said, wait a minute. Oh, that's got to be Jimmy. I thought
they kept showing Jimmy G at the game smiling. That was kind of funny.
Oh, Jimmy was delighted.
That was funny. Oh, he was so happy. Mr. PED was so happy to see his former team get beat. Hilarious. It's great TV for him. Whatever. So, but they're not going to beat us next game. They're going to get Ronbo. I think we always start out slow. Everybody gets injured. And then we always go on a 6-7 game win streak, and so I'm not worried about it, really.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We should have overreacted in week 4. I would if we were week 7. I could see it,
Now, if we lose the next couple games, then it's time to worry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, but
hey,
I'm not too worried.
You know what I really love? Hey, Isaiah, they're still saying, Purdy doesn't do any better than them. He didn't have the Avengers yesterday, and he still outplayed Stafford. But yet and still, people who like to say things about have lost face trying to downplay the fact that Brock Purdy does a good job. Still looking like a damn fool. I mean, what's his name over? What's that idiot over at that loves the Chiefs? Nick Wright.
Nick Wrong.
Yeah, the Nick Wright clones. I mean, if Brock Purdy comes up with better stats than everybody in the league for the entire year, they're still going to be holding on to that little, Brock Purdy sucks. Well, he's the best quarterback in the league stats-wise this year, so what the hell are you talking about? God, it's unreal. And what quarterback does well without any weapons? Which one? Somebody show me which quarterback does well without any receivers or no personnel around him. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're all just haters, Ronbo. They hate us because we're great. That's what it is. We're still the NFC champs, baby. Yep. Yeah. So, hey, the other thing, too, is great having Rudy call out fake Rudy tonight. That was hilarious.
I did enjoy that. I did.
Yeah, so everybody knows you're fake, Rudy, in the chat, and nothing matters what you say because it's not even real.
Well, the best part is,
now he's Mr. Wear paper bags.
That's
his name again.
But the best part is, Rudy let us know. How did Rudy know that there was a fake Rudy in here? Is what I got a kick out of it immediately. I just didn't say anything. But I'm laughing.
Because Rudy has his little spies, that come in here, and so because he attracts those flies from his chat over to yours, and that's how he gets his fake subs over there, So that's hilarious. I know his little scheme. The marketing schmo knows the score, Ronbo. Well, hey, I'll let you go, buddy.
All right. And I'll be back Friday. Let's get those scores ready.
Okay. All right. Everybody have a good night. Love you all. Love my 49er family, Ronbo Sports, everybody. And that guy that plays bass in Tennessee, hey, man, I've been a guitar player for 30 years. Why don't you quit playing an E all the time? Get some F sharp and C in there, maybe some drop D, and play a little better.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? All right, players. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night, Brian. You gotta love the way Papa and Brian go back and forth with these messages. Yeah. No, Isaiah, that's my fourth option receiver. So don't give me that. He doesn't get the ball that often. So this thing about just go by the numbers. Just stop it. It's just ridiculous. Why make a fool of yourself like that all the time? Hey, Jalen.
Ronbo, we just lost to the fucking Rams.
Yeah, I know.
You understand? Ronbo,
no, me too.
Ronbo, I can't remember the last time we lost to the Rams and the 49ers were supposedly good.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned 2017 the other day, but we weren't very good in 2017, were we?
No, we had Hoyer was out there, remember? And
yeah. When was the last time the 49ers were a threat and the Rams beat them in a regular season? We going back to Colin Kaepernick days.
Oh yeah, if you skip over the Hoyer year, yeah, you're right. That 2-14 says it all. The only two games we won that year were against the Rams. I mean, everybody else just beat hell out the 49ers, not the Rams.
Ronbo, see, somebody said a couple calls ago, we shouldn't be worried. It's just week 3. I'm worried it's because of the teams that lost to, Ronbo.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's Sam Darnold. See, if we were 1-2 and our 2 losses were the Bills and Chiefs, understandable. 2 good teams. It's the fact that it was Sam Darnold with no Justin Jefferson.
No, he had Jefferson.
Rams, Ronbo, he had Justin Jefferson for one half. For one half.
Oh, that's right. Jefferson left the game. Hey, by the way, Jalen, I got to tell you, he may have been the best quarterback we've seen. Rodgers was not it. And Stafford got away due to a lot of dumbass mistakes.
But Rodgers might have just been rusty.
He may have been, but he didn't show us anything in week 1. Week 2, that was an ass whooping. Because the defense helped him. The defense shut us down to a degree, and Sam Darnold did pretty much whatever he wanted to do. How many receptions did he have in that game? So,
he threw 1.
Well, that's true.
I
said receptions. I mean, he was tagging guys right and left.
Jefferson?
Yeah, Jefferson, other receivers too, and I mean, that was a beating. That's 2 years in a row they beat us up.
I thought it was Steve Wilkes though. I thought Wilkes was the problem on defense. Hold on, remember, Chad? Everybody, it was Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes wasn't good for the team. He was an outsider looking in. I thought it was Wilkes' fault. So we bring somebody else in, and it's the same problem. So what's going on?
I wish I knew.
Oh, okay. I'm just, now it just looks like Wilkes was just brought blame for no reason, Ronbo.
Oh, he was a scapegoat. Oh, we know, but actually, I think we all agreed on that. Somebody had to get fired, and so Keith was it, or Steve was it. I'm sorry.
Man, like you just said, Ronbo, this guy's been with us for 3 seasons? As soon as Robert Saleh left, we promoted D'Amico. So how come as soon as D'Amico left, we didn't promote Sorensen? And he's been with us for 3 seasons?
That is kind of frightening. That is a good point. It is something to think about too.
So he went outside the organization, didn't like what he had outside the organization, then came back in the organization to somebody he already had that he could have promoted. Come on, Ronbo. That says something about how good this guy really is.
Well, he's got Brian Staley, supposedly, and I think Kyle felt comfortable with Staley being his assistant coach, and also he's going to oversee the defense. But what is Staley? He's supposedly better than that, though, Jalen. He used to be.
Oh no, he's not. He's not.
He was never head coach. He was never head coach. But Staley knows defense. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, but.
And if I see the 49ers get burnt over the top again, I think I'm going to lose my mind. 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row. Same thing.
Yeah.
And the Patriots go try it this weekend, I guarantee you.
Ron, I'm letting you know right now, the Patriots going to give it to us. That defense is going to give it to us.
How bad is it going to be?
Now.
I know,
Ron,
right?
but
we're not running on them.
Rombo, let me ask you something. Is this not the same offensive line that Trey Lance, Jimmy G, Brock Purdy, and Josh Johnson got hurt behind?
No, there was no Pooney. Yeah, McKivitz was over there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And of course the big man, the silverback was over there, and Aaron Banks. So yeah, Brindle had
why
just
do
made
we
his way to
think?
center.
Now let me ask y'all something. Why do we think that same offensive line minus one person that got 4 quarterbacks hurt? Why do we think that they're gonna be any better? Have you
They've been
not
together.
seen Brock
You know
Purdy
what?
these last 3 years, these last 3 Rombo, running for his life?
But that offensive line's been together, and usually they say, in theory, an offensive line that stays together, the longer they stay together, usually the more effective they get. I'm still seeing Purdy running around too much or scared, or getting blindsided. Didn't even see it.
Do you want to see Brock Purdy hurt this season?
No, but you know what? George Kittle, people need to give him more credit for what he does out there for the run game and protections. I knew George Kittle was doing a lot of work out there, but this is why he's not out catching passes like he should be more often. Without George Kittle, we can't run. You saw how we struggled, and Brock gets lit up. Brock was comfortable in that pocket a lot against the Vikings and the Jets. Kittle leaves, and all of a sudden he ain't got no protection. That's not a coincidence.
Rombo, we shouldn't have to rely on the tight end.
We shouldn't. I agree. But
that's not good. That's not good that we're talking about our tight end helping with pass protection. Why don't we have an offensive lineman?
Amen.
I mean, why haven't Rombo? See, here's what's really pissing me off. Instead of taking a lineman in the first round, what did he take? A wide receiver, which we need.
The whole Niner felt silent. You could feel
Rombo,
it.
We needed that wide receiver on Sunday. We don't even know what this kid can do. We haven't even seen him in a preseason game.
Instead of Ronnie, ain't that the truth? Maybe Pearsall makes that play.
Rombo, this is just a catastrophe so far. We don't know what Ricky Pearsall
downtown San Francisco. What are the frigging odds?
Rombo, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm
serious.
Funny.
It is what it is.
I'm not trying to be funny, Rombo. But if that was a brother, I don't think that would have been attempted. I'm just,
Ricky.
They probably thought they could run up on him. But
I just wish somebody tells Ricky, we don't run around up in this area with Rolexes, with diamonds. I could see you downtown from my house over in Modesto. Okay, you got to calm down, man. There was no need for you to walk down the street with that watch on.
Rombo, Rombo, the Rams have beaten us the last 2 games, Rombo. Now they got the win streak. So now they got confidence. McVay feels like he's figured us out. I mean,
I hope he did.
Rombo. I mean, he's beaten us with his B team the last 2 games. He's just out coaching Kyle at this point.
Well, yeah. And see, when it comes down to both teams being completely equal, it's pretty much what McVay
He's
did
just
this past
Rombo. That's what he's been doing the last 2 games. We both played our backups last time. Kyle got out coached.
No, they had Puka out there trying to get that record. You know what? And
he
even
played
then,
one half.
No, I'm just saying, and even after the first half, the 49ers were still winning. And we played our starters versus the same people. Well, I agree. Our second string didn't beat the Rams' second string in the second half, but still.
So he's getting out coached, Rombo. This man is getting out coached.
Okay.
Kyle Shanahan he's a great songwriter, terrible singer. That's the perfect way to describe him, Rombo. He can design a hell of a play, but he can't play call for shit, Rombo, and he can't coach in the clutch. Give me a game where he closed in the clutch that's not in this past playoffs.
No, I have to think about that for a minute.
The fact that we got to go to year 7, the fact that we got to go to year 7 as his best game that he coached in the clutch, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So what about year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What was his clutch games then?
We've been living on the defense for a long time. Last year was pretty much 50-50. Now, I don't know what's going on. The defense
we needed
ain't
him
doing
in
nothing.
that Super Bowl, Ronbo.
Yeah.
He blew a lead in that Super Bowl, Ronbo. He had a 10-point lead in that Super Bowl with D Ford, Solomon Thomas, DeForest Buckner, Nick Bosa. Ronbo, you not remember that team 2019? Richard Sherman. You remember that team?
Yeah.
How, man? And we lost
That
with
defense was good. Yeah. And in the way we lost, same cartoon fashion as usual. Got the game for all 4 quarters. Last few minutes of the 4th quarter, Kansas City mounts 3 drives in a row that just light the 49ers up. Can't stop them for nothing. That made no
Ronbo,
sense.
at what point are we going to look at Kyle and say, man, you just can't get it done when we need it, when we need you to? Because he hasn't been able to do it.
How do you feel about Cliff Kingsbury?
The dude from Arizona?
Yeah.
Man, see, I don't like that Kyle. He doesn't have a backbone, Ronbo. When you got you got Kyler Murray cussing you out on the sideline.
No.
I don't think he can control a team.
Ooh, he lost face some part of bad that day. See, Jalen, if you're gonna replace him, please don't give me anything worse. This is the thing.
See, Ronbo, I wouldn't mind. Ronbo, I would not mind looking at the offensive coordinator from the Lions. That guy is good.
Well, yeah, but will he remain good with this offense? Maybe.
Ronbo, he's the head coach. If he has to change some things around, oh well, so what? Oh well, man.
Hey,
we can't just. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can't get mad because people can't come in and run Kyle's offense.
It's
the NFL.
So now you got
changes.
2 or 3 years of him getting it together, and we got to sit there and say things like, man, you can bring Kyle back if we can't do no better. I mean, you got to be careful when you start bringing everybody in, hoping they're going to be better.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So now all of a sudden, Kyle Shanahan is the only guy who can beat the Giants and Commanders. Come on,
Jalen, look at what we're doing now. We're saying bring Steve Wilkes back because we're not happy with, this is the way people do.
Unbelievable.
We got to go to a fifth.
Let me get another shout out, Ronnie.
All right. I'll see you Friday. Niners! Jalen. I love arguing with him, though. Tony, ATL.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, I see you. See you Friday. Tony. Tony, are you trying? Tony's usually hitting buttons here and there, and he'll finally get it in a second. Jalen agreed. McVay is Bill Walsh reincarnated. This is the comedy of folks that come in here. Yeah, let's. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Ronbo,
I didn't know
how are you?
Doing all right. I just these are those times that you got to go through this, which is really annoying. So,
hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah, we're just going through this transition of we can't lose a game without complete meltdown. We always melt all the way down to. we're getting. Trez called it, and I love Trez. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. Trez came in there and offered us Cliff Kingsbury because every time we lose, it's time for Shanahan to leave. Jalen just came in and he's ready for Shanahan to go. Tony, when Shanahan left, were you anxious for him to leave too?
Everything. You remember at that time, everything was happening so fast, Ronbo. We was on top of the world, and we knew he was leaving, and Dan Quinn was the man, and we had the best offense. And I'm just mad he didn't run that ball those last 2 plays, Ronbo. We had the world championship.
People are still saying that. It was really funny because most of the time we lose, run the ball, Kyle. And
yeah,
people have been saying that forever.
Yeah, we just kicked the field goal.
Yeah,
I remember. He got too cute. Let's put the dagger in him. The dagger would have been that field goal. Then we up 31-20 with 3.5 minutes left.
But Tony, you got to know him, and what can we come up with that could have possibly been going through his mind then and now? Because I think Kyle really freaks himself out by thinking that they figured me out. And by the way, there is to some degree, there's some truth to that. Kyle always feels like he's got to mix things up or you're going to get him. Can you imagine going through a dream with Kyle, walking through this large space of nothing but darkness with nothing but lights coming, hitting him all of a sudden because he wasn't ready and knocking him down. I think he really entertains fears like that. That's the only thing I can come up with to explain why he abandons things that are currently working okay for him. There's no need to switch here, Kyle. They haven't figured you out yet. Calm down. Do it. Run the ball. So I don't know.
Ronbo,
What do you think?
y'all's was even just as bad. Super Bowl 54, Mostert for 9, Mostert for 6, Mostert for 3. Y'all crossed the 50. Oh, let me start passing. Let me throw 2 incomplete passes and then punt the ball. Mostert was getting ready to break, Ronbo. He's getting ready to break along with.
Mm-hmm. He's still pissed off
And
about
if he
that.
didn't, so what? Y'all were mowing the lawn. Y'all mowed the lawn across the 50-yard line.
Yep.
Super Bowl 54.
Yep.
Y'all were getting ready to score again, and then he switched up.
Mm-hmm. And Mostert mentioned something about that 2 seasons ago. He still voiced his unappreciation about that.
Y'all had him. And Ronbo, Sunday, in my game Sunday, I don't know if you saw my game. We were down 22 to 17. Our next to last possession. Inside the red zone, Ronbo. 4th down.
And what's that running back's name?
Field goal.
What is your running back's name? I remember they stopped him on that play.
John Robinson.
Yeah, I said,
You're talking about our last possession. I'm talking about the possession before that.
Okay.
Kick the field goal. Now we down 2 points. And we punted them. Remember, we turned it over on downs because we went for it, remember?
Right.
We would have had a field goal. Then we stopped them. We got the ball back. Now we got the ball back with 1.5 minutes left, still down 5. We would have got the ball back with 1.5 minutes left, down 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we came all the way back down the field again. We needed a touchdown instead of a field goal.
Yep. And now you put yourself in a precarious situation, and the defense knows what you're going to do.
Yep.
See, you can't put the defense in a position where they don't need to guess. They know what to set and prepare themselves for, and you take your advantages away. Some coaches get themselves backed into those corners, and I often wonder, you've been doing this how long, coach? Why did you do that? Because coaches think you run the risk of doing it. It's always a gamble. If you succeed, okay, but if you don't,
and now you got these what do you call them? What's that scientific term they're using for football now?
When you come up short on
play calling, analytics. I hate analytics.
And they always let us know what the analytics said. I always go nuts every time they said it. Yep. Well, according to their analytics, that was the right play.
Say y'all should go for it.
Even coaches along the
y'all should go for it. No, we kick the field goal and get the ball back. That's what we should have did.
Especially with Mahomes.
Ronbo,
you do your best to keep the ball out of his damn hands.
The beast, Ronbo.
Oh, man, Jennings is fiendish.
Like he did in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
He had 11 for 175 against the Rams.
Next year, he's got a 2-year contract. Jennings, it's time to let somebody go and give him more time on the field. Jauan Jennings is the real deal. That dude can play some ball. And this time it wasn't about all the defense feeding on other players. No, they doubled up on Jauan. Granted, the Rams defenders weren't that good, but I've seen Jauan do that to good defenders.
Look what Jauan did in the Super Bowl. He'd have been Super Bowl MVP.
Yes. And Chiefs have got a secondary. Oh, they do. Man.
Yep.
I don't got to tell you about that. The Chiefs secondary was all over you guys. I said, they lost. What is that kid they lost?
Watson, yeah.
In that offseason. And now they just got that other one. He was the second best on that team, and he's good. And now they put them another guy that's not bad. The Chiefs are looking more toward
McDuffie,
yes.
From 2 years ago, McDuffie, he's nice. He is nice.
He is, but that one they got rid of was even better. He just kept Debo out the game, period.
The one they got rid of is the one that Brandon Ayuk shook him and made him fall in the Super Bowl when Ayuk was wide open. Ladarius Sneed.
Yeah, Sneed. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sneed would have got another job, more money. McDuffie's good, but I thought Sneed was the better between the two. That's why they put him
Ronbo,
on Ayuk.
Kyle Hurd at it again, running his mouth, talking about he had dinner with some NFL. He's always, remember how I had a dinner with this executive, but he don't never say no names. and the executive said the Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, and the Cincinnati Bengals, he was saying all summer had these contract problems, and now it's carrying over into the season.
Mm-hmm. See, and last
Give
season,
us a name, Colin Cowherd.
I know, right? He won't. It's Colin Cowherd is his own source. He said similar things last season, and that blew up on him. He hasn't learned anything. It's week 4, and you're bragging about what you said before the season started. That's real good. Good.
Yeah.
Keep that energy up, Colin.
Watch what happens, and I hope you're listening, Rudy. Watch what happens in Chicago Sunday. The Chicago defense going to get all over the Rams. Remember, the offensive line is paste. It's made up with paste and Band-Aids.
We just couldn't do anything with it. I don't know what the 49ers are doing. I don't know how in the world you kept both Nick and Leonard at bay for the most part. You know, Stafford had a lot of pressure on him, but I think they dragged him down once, I think. Anyway, he still had
some of those young kids started playing.
Plenty of time to throw.
Florida State kids on defense for them, they started playing a little bit.
Yeah.
Ronbo, tough break, Devon Hargraves, man. I feel bad for you guys. He's out for the season.
Because even though he wasn't doing all that, we don't have anybody at his level to back him up. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. You got that guy from Houston that you got that's playing. He started next to him, though, right?
Yeah, he's not bad. Malik Collins. You know, he's not bad. He's our best running stopper, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now Leonard and
just got to get your guys healthy. It's next man up mentality. 2 of our offensive linemen went down in that game. The good news is our right tackle McGarry, knee problem. It's a sprain. And then our center, Dahlman, is a high ankle sprain. So, and the 2 guys that they replaced them with, they have starting experience. Storm Norton, who played well for us last year when McGarry went out. Newell, Rick Newell, he plays center and guard. He started like 14 games. So.
Oh, really? So he's got plenty of polish. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. You know, you get linemen, good offensive linemen. People always say, "God, get another lineman, damn it!" You know, all good linemen, offensive linemen, are already working. They're not out there. You can go out there and look all you want to.
Yep.
If you pick one on the draft and he's good, like you did Pony, you got blessed. But as far as offensive linemen running around the league available that are going to do anything better than what Kyle Shanahan already has, no, they're not out there. So
y'all gonna get it together, Ronbo. You got New England this week. They got a pretty decent defense, but you'll take care of them. You got Arizona, and then you go to Seattle.
Oh God,
is that a Sunday night game or a Monday night game?
I think that is a night game. Oh my God,
it's a Thursday night game. It's a Thursday night game.
It's a Thursday. Seattle's a Thursday night game. I do not want to be bothered. With the Cardinals, Tony. I don't like to be bothered with the Cardinals, even when everybody's healthy. There's something about the Cardinals, and even before Kyler Murray came, it was always a battle, just always a battle. From beginning
they play hard against good teams. Just ask the Cowboys from last year.
Oh man, and Buda Baker, man, every time Buda Baker and George got started, oh God, here we go. Man, Baker's what?
And Ronbo, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I don't know if you listened to me all summer. I did say that Washington is better than people think, and Minnesota is better than people think. I've said it all summer.
You get my applause because, boy, Minnesota. But I thought if Minnesota puts in that rookie quarterback, people just don't want to believe Sam Darnold can actually play quarterback. I knew he could play last year because I'd never seen him that much. But I seen him play preseason and others. I said, you know what? That shot that he just made.
The offensive line has 3 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders on it.
Well, Minnesota,
so he's got people to protect him. He's got weapons.
He didn't in New York. Okay, Sam Darnold's making some throws and accurate shots. A lot of quarterbacks can't make. I said, you know, people still think he can't play. Well, y'all go ahead and think that. Sam Darnold, you better stop him or he will kill you. Now he's got a team he can work with. Oh man.
I'm looking at their schedule. The Cowboys play the Giants Thursday. They've beaten the Giants 18 out of the last 19 times. They'll probably win this game. But that's okay, Ronbo, because after this game, they go at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They got Detroit at home. You know, Detroit wants to get even with them from last year. Then they have a bye. Then it's at San Francisco, at Atlanta, and Philadelphia, and Houston. Loss. Dallas will not make the playoffs.
I can't wait to see. You know, it's really serious. Those teams are going to be really rough. I can't wait to see what Jerry Jones does at the end of the season, because he just paid a fortune for Dak and CD, and CD and Dak are already fighting
prematurely.
Yeah, and
Dak don't care now, Ronbo. He got his money. He don't care.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I throw a free, I'll throw another one.
When CD had him over there, they was arguing. That didn't look. Boy, CD was pissed.
Oh yeah, he was crying. Talking about he's frustrated. I'm like, who cares? Dak threw to the open man that was open. If you ain't throwing it to you, you work hard and get open. He'll get it to you. It's supposed to be a team game. It ain't a me game.
Well, you know, like we were talking about a while back, they left that back door open in their facility, and you could hear the shouting match going on with inside. I couldn't stop laughing. I played that clip. It's on YouTube. I don't go back and find it and repost it. The shouting match was
just like I said, Ronbo. They don't have a good defense. That defense is horrible. You know they're 30th in defense.
No, we're 30th. They got to be 29
that doesn't
or
surprise
31. Yeah. Tony, we got to go.
Especially after, and especially after playing Pittsburgh, Detroit, San Francisco, Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Houston. They got coming up. The defense will be 32nd.
Man, that would be nice. It'll make me feel good no matter what we're doing, as long as we beat the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Tony, I'll see you Friday.
Rombo, don't let them Rams fans get to you, Rombo. They're going to get theirs. You know they ain't that good.
They're not bothering me. I just like to let them know how I feel about what they think. All right, Tony. Have a great night. I'll see you Friday.
Always a pleasure talking to you, Rombo.
Thanks, man. Always
the Rams fans, you're about to get what's coming to you.
Man,
Rombo, Seattle's going to be a problem. Y'all going to have to get them. They're going to be your biggest competition.
I quit underrating teams, and I've already got a lot of respect for the Cardinals as well. So yeah, all right,
yes, sir. Tony. Take care, sir.
You too.
See you Friday.
Talk to you later. Yes. It's Tony, my brother from another mother, out in the blue waters of Hawaii. Hey, Tony, get in there, man. I thought you were going to make it.
Aloha, Ronbo. Happy Tuesday. How are you?
Yeah, well, yeah, it would be a happier Tuesday if we were talking about a win. Because, you know, Tony, one thing, as 49er fans, you exercise a little more maturity about the matter than I do and a lot of other people. We need to take things in stride and stop crying so hard when we lose a game. We're going to lose every now and then. We can't win them all. But, Tony, paint a picture for me, please.
Well, I mean, historically, Kyle Shanahan is a really bad first half of the season head coach. I think the teams have the tendency of starting off cold and ultimately going into holes going into the middle of the season. A couple of years ago, I mean, they started off with I think like 3-5, something like that.
Yeah, we've been here before. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is it's unfortunate. But at the I just keep thinking about the game, and there's plenty of reasons why the Niners lost on Sunday. But at the end of the day, if you told me that. If you took away the names of the franchises and said, okay, this team usually has 3 All-Pros on this team, and those 3 players are not going to be playing this weekend, do you think it's more likely that they're going to lose? The answer is yes. And for the past few weeks, the team has been not playing strong and well, and that's unfortunate. And I think a little bit of that has to do with the fact that we don't have Christian McCaffrey and now Debo and George Kittle. Not having that does make a difference. I mean, at the end of the day, we were in both games, should have won both of those games, honestly, had opportunities to win both those games, certainly, and should be sitting at 3-0 because the team, even without those 3 players, should be winning. But
just by the system alone, I agree. But we're so used to playing with those people you just mentioned.
Yeah,
we seem to stall in the driveway.
Well, and the Rams know us probably better than any other team in the NFL. The Rams probably know us best. So and it was a close game, and again they had a 14-point lead that they gave up. So it's just no killer instinct early in the season, or Kyle's out thinking himself. I there's plenty of things going on there. But I mean, at the end of the day, though, when those high-priced pieces are not there. And by the way, I don't know how big this is in the locker room or not, but when the locker room found out that Christian McCaffrey is going to Europe to get, the exotic Achilles treatments, that can't go over very well in the locker room, especially because they just paid him this past offseason, and now he's pulling up with this injury. So it's I don't know. I don't know if Kyle has lost the locker room. I don't think he has actually lost the locker room, but the team isn't playing well, and it starts with him, and it's Super Bowl hangover, him, all those things. It's been rough.
I agree. Tell me, what? As I said, players of that magnitude, I don't know that they're going to look at Kyle and lay any blame on him, because if you're a rookie, do you actually know what you're talking about? Yeah, they're not going to blame him.
Right.
I really don't think that's the issue. I think most of the guys, like Fred Warner, will first one to tell you that he's got to do better, and he's playing great. Trent Williams knows that, and in fact, I hope Trent feels a little guilt about holding out that long and not doing anything to keep his conditioning up. Tony, he's leaving the game because he has to get an IV. Why, Trent? You knew this. Did you really plan on coming back, or were you really contemplating retirement?
Well,
we need
honestly,
you.
If he's going to do that, honestly, they should plan it out and give him one every quarter. For
that matter, or pace him. I mean, maybe take him in and out, let him get a breather, because he can't play 15, 20 snaps back to back.
I mean, he's working his way into shape, and hopefully week 4 is when both he and Brandon Ayuk begin to play like they're used to, like they're paid to play.
Yes.
So, they are. No, I don't want to question like that they're not trying, because they are definitely trying. It's just because they missed time in the offseason, they aren't gelling with the offense, and they have probably some endurance issues. So that's to be expected. But it's time to get over them. It's time to get over them.
3 weeks. I know, because they wouldn't have had any more time than this in camp, and you're working out every day now. So you guys hit the bicycle afterward or something, but build that endurance up. You should be able to. Football shape is different than just exercising, but still, you've had enough time out there to look better than this. Especially Brandon. Tony, I saw glimpses of the old Brandon Ayuk, though, in this game, beating defenders, getting downfield. I think the problem is Brock hasn't had enough time to work with him, and he doesn't really. It's a memory thing, but it should come back really quickly if he just get together and work a little more. Because him and Jennings, who worked out all offseason long, my God, they were a ridiculous couple.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
And that's what it takes.
So, in regards to Brock, the previous week, he's played well. He's played well. He is not the problem on the team. I want to preface what I'm about to say with this. Flores did a number on him the previous week, to the point where after the game he went and to tell Flores, "Hey, crazy scheme."
Yeah.
Now I don't know how scrambled his brain might be going into this like most recent game against a team that knows us very well without those stars. So I wonder. I mean, and Brock, by the way, if your box score is scouting, Brock Purdy had a phenomenal game over the weekend. So, but there was indecision there that I hadn't seen,
That's
in that way. And I'm wondering if it's, maybe I'm wondering if it's just growing onto the next step of his quarterbacking after coming out of a couple of games where he kind of got a number run on him in both. The Super Bowl with Spagnuolo, and then Brian Flores. So, I'm curious about that. I think Brock's going to get better. And the stat line, though, you're looking at the stat line, Brock's playing great. But as, missing Brandon Ayuk, although some people are saying he made the right call, but I don't know. It looked like he missed Brandon Ayuk.
Well, Tony, he stopped taking risky shots. He had, remember against the Ravens last year, they just took him apart. The Browns, Brock's trying to avoid that, and I can see that in his eyes. He doesn't have that that look in his eye anymore. Now he looks like he's more of a student or a real rookie, right? When you know how kids come out of college and they have that look on their face, he looks like that. He didn't look like that his first year. He looked like, I'm in charge down here and I will get this done. So, but he's still doing a good job. But this is, I think you're right. I think he found another growing pain to go through. I think he's growing.
Yep. And also he's got a lot more film on him now too. So,
And then there's
but he'll adjust and he'll get better.
Oh, he's sharp.
But
I think he will too.
But the thing of it is he's playing pretty darn well, and we're losing these games 3 points, but in a collapse, and then 6 points in a game that we were lucky to have it be 6 points, but these are still under one touchdown, an extra point away from being one. So and
Ayuk was catching everything last year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ayuk wasn't missing anything. The number of drops he's had this year have already.
Yep.
It's just way overcame what happened last year. So that's got to stop.
Well, again, like that will come. He's just got to get his head screwed on right and get back into the game. You know, like those drop touchdowns. You know, I mean, a lot of stuff there. You know, he's just got to. They got to work through it, and sooner as opposed to later. Honestly, let Debo's got to get right. And by the way, also the other thing, and I'm excited for this. And this is a total subject change, but Ricky Pearsall in a couple of weeks. Hopefully he's ready.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just. It'll be good to see him out in the field, and hopefully
just to see what he looks like.
He gets to show him. Yep. Yeah, because we didn't get to see him at all. So, but fingers crossed he comes back and looks, and is healthy to play.
That's it, Tony. Tony, always a pleasure. Good God. Listen, you got time. I'll be back Friday looking for you. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Do my best. Take care. Aloha.
All right. Aloha, Tony. Yeah, that's what I noticed about Brock. I mentioned that on Twitter. Everybody came after me. Oh, it's just a retarded statement. I said, you know what? I see him thinking. I never saw him thinking. He was very, very reactionary before. Brock gets something done. You could see him quickly going through whatever he's going to do. Boom. Now he looks a little different. Before, Brock probably could have went through his reads on several different occasions last year. Brock didn't go through all this. He saw what he wanted and he went after it, and 9 out of 10 times he hit it. Now he's going through all his progressions almost all the time when he gets a chance to. And then he makes his choice, which is very strangely, it's not always the right choice. It's a good choice. It's okay. But before he would fire up a defense, I'll never forget that throw that he made against the Hawks last year, splitting 2 defenders. This is why when people say, well, no, Ayuk was supposed to run that curl route, and the defense broke down, and Ayuk took it upon himself to take off downfield. Brock should have seen him. I said, you know what? Last year, Brock would have seen him, and he would have fired. Now he's thinking. It's not a bad thing. Don't misunderstand me. But he's going to have to go through a period where he trusts his own thoughts immediately. Don't trip. Do it. You can do it. Continue with the confidence you had the first 2 years. He's got to reinstall that now because now he knows too much more. The Kyle Shanahan School of Hard Knocks. He sits down. They look at the film. Guy says, see what you did there? You had a better option here. Now, these things all happen bang, bang, bang. I understand that. But once you make up your mind to do something, stick with it and go with it. I can just see it now, And Brock's in there saying, okay, because I don't want to let him down. Because, Shannon's probably being pretty patient with him because Shannon really likes him. So now the wheels are grinding a little more than they should be. I'm visiting this. I'm just looking at his eye, and I'm coming with all this. I'm saying, look at Brock. Brock, stop tripping, man. Let that ball rip. He'll get over this, I'm pretty sure, though. I really do. I don't think it's going to take more than a couple of weeks. But what the Vikings did to him messed with him. That he went over and told Coach, hey, Coach, you had me going there, man. See, disguise coverages and things like that. And Kyle Shanahan has more education on that than anybody can deal with. Kyle, explain it to him. Make sure he understands. Don't be fooled by everything out there. I actually wish you could take a Tom Brady class with Tom. There's the guy who's seen it all and knows what to expect. And how many times did Tom Brady eat up double coverage and disguise coverages? Every damned week. He'll get it. I still believe he's going to get it. And when he does, and he's already doing very well, even as he is. Brock Purdy's one of the best in the league as he's stumbling about, stats-wise. What is he going to be like when he finally figures everything out? So for those who continue to call him names, you don't know what in the hell you're talking about. Keep an eye on that kid. You're about to get your feelings hurt. Fam, I'm going to take off. I'll see you what. Come on back and bring your score on Friday. Let's get that done. I am not going to say I am not going to say that New England's going to win that game, though. I refuse. I can't do it. I'm scared to death. And not of anything but the defense. If we score 14 or 21, they're going to give up 27. Thanks for contributions, fam. I'll see you Friday. Niners!